Hi, welcome to Tuesday Night Taco. So welcome to Something to Talk About. Oh, I'm blurry. I'm a blurry taco. That doesn't sound good at all, actually. We got a live stream right now. Thank you for showing up. Are you going to focus? All right, there you go. Now I'm in focus. Sorry, I got in focus. Everybody's like, yeah, Tuesday. Sorry about coming in on a Tuesday, but I'm getting ready for 9 graveyard shifts in a row because we're starting the factory I work at starting up. So it's a different, instead of Thursday or for the first night. Yeah. Or instead of, Friday, it's whatever. You guys know what I'm trying to say. It's a different day because we're starting the factory up. So that's why it's on a Tuesday. Thank you everybody for showing up. And we are talking about Patchface. This is a good one. It won the poll, and I was excited the second I started seeing it win the poll. I was like, yeah, no, Patchface is going to be a perfect one. And I'm really excited. I got 4 people I'm about to bring on. But before I do that, click like, subscribe, throw out all your comments. I see them piling up. I'm not looking at them yet. And also, if you want to leave a super chat, because we're going to just be chatting Patchface and moving on, that's a super chat's going to be the best way for me to notice. Or send me a PayPal link in the description. And let's bring people in. Starting with my favorite cowboy, we have Michael Talks About Stuff.
Hey, how we doing, everybody?
Doing pretty good, man. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing good.
Good. And then all the way currently in Italy, we have Stoner Tormund.
Hello.
It's the same as Stoner Tormund, just a little different this time.
No, this one enjoys his sipping his very alcoholic beverage on the beach.
Ooh, the beach of Italy. Never been there. It sounds amazing. We almost, for our 5-year wedding anniversary, went to Italy, and then we gave up on how expensive it was, and then we went to actually where our next guest is. We went to New England instead, which is very different. But yeah. Our next guest is Rust. How's it going?
What's up, homies?
Not much, yo. Yeah. But that was before I met Rust, when I was in your neck of the nape of the woods, neck of the nape.
Well, yeah, back then I was living in Florida anyway.
Oh, yeah. So I would have just visited your family then?
Sure.
Yeah, that's cool. They were nice. Very, very cool people. All right.
Yeah, people left and right, so.
You guys ready for some patches?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, cool. I feel weird just jumping right into heavy dialogue, but I guess we can. Doing great. Oh yeah, how is everybody there? I'm getting a lot of hellos. Aegon the Sixth. Argon. Okay, Argon the Sixth. Who was Argon the 1 through 5?
Typo the 6th.
Typo.
Are we sure Argon the 5th is not just Xenon? That's a chemistry joke.
Okay. It's like Xenon Warrior Princess?
No, that's a period. No, Argon is an element
Xenon
on the periodic table.
And Xenon is the space girl, right?
Oh yeah, Xenon's the space girl. Who's the Warrior Princess?
Xena,
the Warrior Princess. Yep. And is this Zoltan? So then we got them all. No one's gonna get Zoltan shows. Tough sub. All right. I want to give you guys a little warning. I did bring in a lot more clips because we don't need a lot of slides, because we only need a few for Patchface. So I have all the ones I brought in last time, plus a lot more, and they're going to be pretty fun. I got some under the sea things. I just typed OOO because it's something Patchface says a lot. So I have a lot of songs.
Gotcha.
So yep. And then I watched 7 yesterday. So if you so I got a couple clips from 7 because I watched it. That's all I got. This guy said, Michael, he's watched your Weirwood Lower Summit.
Yeah, glad to hear it. I was just about to answer in the chat, but I guess I'll answer here. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear maybe bringing in some people from my channel who haven't made a taco stream before, potentially. I don't know. I've posted about it, so hopefully. Welcome. If this is your first time, I'm Taco, and I'm
Weird. All right, let's get into Patchface. I'm still feeling tonight. I'm not quite. I don't know. I'm not in my stroll yet, so we'll see if I get there soon. All right, Patchface. So Patchface, nickname Patches, is Lord Stannis Baratheon's court fool and jester on Dragonstone. Jester. Patchface makes his name gets his name from tattoos covering his broad face, which is patterned with squares of green and red motley. His given name is unknown. These tattoos are a practice of the free city of Volantis, where the faces of slaves are marked to display their status and their profession. What if you get like a new job? Like, do they just tattoo over you?
I don't think that.
Well, I mean, you're a slave.
Yeah, but like you could still suck, and then like if it's like, oh, he's gonna be the new fishing slave, and then it turns out he sucks at fishing, so it's like, well, maybe we should make him a laundry guy, and then just tattoo a new one over him.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think that they necessarily have too much job mobility in that system. But
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I think if you just suck as a slave, you're probably
if your fishing slave is bad, you throw him overboard.
Yeah, pretty much.
Move on.
You get fired. Oh man,
Job
slavery.
training is a big investment.
That's a fun topic to start with, me.
You know, I think I read recently that the oarsmen on like Roman galleys weren't actually slaves.
Oh,
I didn't follow up on that, so I need to look into that.
yeah.
But like how, you know,
Check it
forever
out.
they thought like the pyramids were built by slaves, but it turns out they were probably just professional workmen.
I really thought you were going to say giants. I really thought you were going to go bolt into our galley. Turns out they were just giants. It's like, yeah,
No,
that's
I thought he was going aliens for sure.
No.
Turns out it was just the
I do
Venusians
believe
from Venus.
I do believe that the pyramids were not intended to be like closed and left as tombs. I think that they were probably functional tourist attractions where people could go inside.
Probably.
Because we've never found human remains in them.
Right.
Like we really don't have that much evidence that they're tombs other than like a sarcophagus that we found.
Okay,
So-
well, I will be moving just because I don't have enough information. And yeah, I don't want you to be talking about your giants and aliens. Jesus. I know you didn't say it at all. All right. Where was I? So their profession, the chubby fool is dough soft, slump shouldered, much like myself. Oh, thank you, past me. Just threw that barb in at myself. All right. I forgot I wrote that. Patchface has lost his memory and much of his wits. The fool suffers from twitches and it trembles and is often incoherent, and that some consider him a simpleton. He has an unusual sideways walk and only speaks in psalms and hymns. I know. Oh. Some of his words seem to be of a prothetic nature. Though none of his listeners understand him, the fool wears a helm mocking Baratheon helms fashioned from an old bucket with a rack of deer antlers strapped to the crown and hung with cowbells. The bells ring frequently as Patchface seldom remains still and often hops back and forth. I am very Patchfacey. For sure.
That image that you just had up of him, where did that come from?
That's the Miko, one of my favorite artists for A Song of Ice and Fire.
Okay.
Yeah. He has everybody.
I don't entirely understand what it looks like the bucket is right side up on his head.
It looks like it looks like
I think that's just a
bottom.
bell.
Yeah.
That's just the thing that looks like it might be sort of like a handle connector, I think is one of the bells.
Okay.
And it's just an upside down bucket.
Yeah.
It is a bit wider at the top, though.
Okay.
But,
Yeah. But the Miko, yeah, that's what I like about it. It's very, he takes a lot of artistic freedom, but also, I don't know who the Miko is, but also tries to go, stay true to the description. So, like, I don't know. Check it out.
You know, it'd be
Miko's
hilarious
art is
if
really fun.
Patchface really didn't lose his mind or his wits when he was underwater, and he just saw an opportunity to get a really cushy job without having to perform.
yeah.
Like, you know what? I'm going to pretend to be stupid.
I'm pretty sure there was a guy at our work for a long time. He passed away, but there was a dude who like didn't speak very good English, and then I just made a phrase to him or a quip once. Like I said something in Spanish. I was like, "Hey, is that Spanish?" He goes, "I don't speak Spanish." I'm like, "Oh, well, what's your first language?" He goes, "English." Look, so you just act like you can't talk so people don't bug you, and he didn't respond. But I'm pretty sure he just like acted a little out there, so people just kind of left him alone.
solid strategy at work. I mean,
Yeah, it's not a bad strategy. No one asked them to do anything ever. But then I've always heard stories of like running into him like at like a restaurant and somebody's like, is that? And then they turn and then he sees them and all of a sudden he starts talking differently. And it's like, hey, I heard you.
Yeah.
Chat is suggesting that Stannis is keeping Patchface around because it's like a sentimental last gift from their father.
Oh, that ain't bad. I like that. That kind of makes sense. And that's Stannis is a very, even though he's so closed off, he is a extremely emotional person. At least that's how I've always read him, is even though he's not open about them, but you could tell that he takes things super to heart. Like the way
nobody who grinds
him
their teeth that much is unemotional.
Yeah, but you know, he's still stone faced. But you could tell the death of his family, or the death of his parents, is definitely something in his head. So I wouldn't put that past Stannis as a Patchface being like, oh, it's the last thing my dad was gonna give me, even though it's a person, and it's weird to say that. But yeah, very internal person. Yeah, I am not.
He's on that masculine grind set of just keeping it all inside and grinding his teeth down.
Stannis is toxic masculinity coded.
Yeah,
and his princess. Sorry.
And his what?
Nothing.
I think most characters are. Be careful, because last time we got called, we said toxic masculinity on a live stream. Somebody called us names for it, but that was pretty fun. They're like, really?
What kind of names?
I can't remember what it was. I don't think it was on my stream. It might have been somebody else's, but
I didn't even notice it. It was on my
keep
stream.
In mind is that, and because this is what happened to me the first time I heard that phrase. Is I thought it was describing all masculinity. I thought that it was saying
just the toxic
masculinity is toxic.
We were specifically referring to the fact that Randall Tarley told Brienne whatever happens to her out in the woods would be her fault, and he's not going to punish anyone for it.
Yeah,
so that's what we said was bad.
We were talking about how horrible Randall was to Brienne, and specifically like you need a good R wording, like like that's some horrible stuff, and then it's like, oh really? What's this toxic masculinity? Are you guys going all woke? And it's like, we're talking about like one of the worst people. Like, are you going to defend Randall Tarley? Oh my god. But anyways, so do we got anything on his appearance and his matter of speech? I got 2 slides for his history before we get into book stuff, and then 3 slides for book stuff.
Do we have other characters that have their entire face tattooed like that? Like, I know the Free Cities use tattoos to mark, but the other ones, it seems like I remember they're just like teardrops or like little flames. They're not like full face.
But we don't know if it is for full face. Like, it says he's got motley on his face, but I have seen some artist depictions where it's just like under one cheek or on his forehead. Like,
I was going to say earlier, because I thought it was only on half his face, and I didn't know where I was getting that from.
I'm trying to find. I try not to read the words, but yeah, like that one, it's kind of a little less. I love that art too. No, that one's not even motley. Here you go. This one's like just some.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Here's the thing with the motley. I'm not sure. I don't have an exact quote in my head from Dance. I think a lot of the information about Volantine slave tattoo practices. Which, by the way, very niche subject. About this, we get, I think, the first account of it really in the first Quentin chapter in Dance. And if my memory serves, and I might not be right about this, but
I'm on it.
It is like entertainers, like Patchface was supposed to have like a full face tattoo. That's not all of them, but considering they like have the motley put on them, so it's very clear they're just entertainers fools. Also, as far as other characters with full facial tattoos, I don't think it's exactly the same way like you would do a full motley tattoo where the entire face is just covered constantly in color. So, if the memory serves, isn't like the big red priest in Volantis, the one that Tyrion sees preach, also has like fire tattoos? Yeah, Benero or whatever his name is.
I can't tell you all of it, but when I go to the wiki, such tattoos are designed to reveal a slave's job. That is sourcing specifically the chapter we're talking about or about to. Clash prologue. So it looks like some of that information is just straight from talking about Patchface specifically. And then the next one is the World of Ice and Fire Free Cities Volantis. So that probably, the World of Ice and Fire also explains a lot of it. And then the other one is the Tyrion chapter that I'm assuming is that one. Tyrion Dance 22 is where the tiger cloaks are the slaves of the oh, never mind. No, that's just not even about tattoos. So yeah, it looks like a lot of the tattoos are from the actual World of Ice and Fire and literally this chapter, but that's just this what I'm looking at right here. I bet if I actually go, yeah.
That could be a good drawing stream for you, drawing tattoos for tattooless jobs.
Yeah, I mean that's about as bleak as they get. Yeah. I don't know if I could get through. Hey, so a flame does it? That's a little bleak for me. And somebody who considers slavery one of the biggest abominations of all time, let alone just the destruction of the working class. I hate all that. So like, it might make me turn me to drinking by the end of that.
So are the tattoo artists also slaves?
Probably. So do they just tattoo a tattoo?
Do they tattoo themselves in like a mirror? Or
me? I do this. Yeah.
What do they use for? I assume they probably just use like an old style needle and ink, right? Yeah.
Probably just needle and ink. Yeah. I mean, there are other ways to do the old school, but
old tattoos sound even worse to get. Like I've heard it's painful to get some tattoos now, but in the old
I would like
days,
to move from it. Yes,
that would be bad.
The Hawaiian people still do that style of tattooing, and so it's also practiced still in Japan, where they use actual ox bile for the green. So like you can only do short sessions when you're doing green because it'll make you sick.
Oh my god, that's vile. That bile is vile.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about from Volantis. So this is some of his backstory. Patchface was a jester slave in Volantis. He was clever and skilled, a boy with an astonishing wit. He was reportedly nimble as a monkey and could juggle and tell riddles and do magic tricks and could sing well in 4 languages. Patchface's freedom was bought by Stefan Baratheon, Lord of Storm's Inn, who was impressed with the boy during his trip to the Free Cities. Stefan wrote to his Maester Cressen, saying he believed his son Robert would be delighted by Patchface, and then he hoped that the fool might be able to make his serious son Stannis laugh. So is Patchface older than Stannis? That's what I'm getting from this. So Patchface's like
how
pretty
old was Stannis when his father died?
I'm assuming like 10-ish. Is it ever? I'm sure I can figure it out really quick.
I can try to figure it out. Give me a sec.
Yeah, one of us look up Stannis. You look up Stefan and I look up Stannis, or other way around?
I'm already on Stefan's page.
All right, then I'm on Stannis' page.
Let's remember
the show characters were older when he was pulled out of the water.
Yeah, I know show characters are older.
So Stannis is like
264 is when Stannis was born. 264.
So,
okay.
Stefan died sometime in 78 or early 279, so 14-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Patchface is probably, I would say, 4 or 5 years older than him.
Yeah, probably. Well, no, he said a boy. They said he's a tattooed boy. So probably a couple years younger than him. If he's like 14, 15, then Patchface was probably like 9 or 10.
I would call a 12-year-old still a boy. And he seems a bit too well-trained.
It's safe to say vaguely a few years younger than Stannis then. Probably not older. But I mean, some people even call teenagers boys, so I guess it depends.
I thought they'd referred to him as a youth when they pulled him out of the water. But
nimble.
He was called a boy.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So Stefan wrote to Crescent. No, I already said that. However, while Lord Stefan was returning to Westeros, a storm came up suddenly, howling, and Shipwrecker Bay proved the truth in its name. The Lord's 2-masted galley, proud wind proud, oh my god, broke up within sight of the castle. From its parapets, his two eldest sons has watched as their father's ship was smashed against the rocks and swallowed by the waters. 100 oarsmen and sailors went down with Lord Stephen Baratheon and his lady wife. And for days, therefore, after every tide left a fresh corpse in fresh crop of swollen corpses. And the strand below Storm's End, on the strand below Storm's End. Okay. The boy washed up on the third day. So this is actually taken right from the book. So they do call him the boy here. So yeah, so he's still being called the boy when he washed up. When they found the fool, he was naked. His skin was white and wrinkled and powdered with wet sand. So yeah, let's get to his resurrection before we start talking. Cressen thought him another corpse, but when the Baratheon servant Jami, great name, grabbed him and put him on the burial wagon, Patchface coughed up water and sat up. Jami would swear for the rest of his life that the boy's flesh was clammy and cold. So what gets me the most is he wasn't resuscitated. He just, yeah. That's crazy. Like, so, like, I don't think that's reality. Like, I don't think, like, he definitely, that's some supernatural stuff, right? Like, you can't go 3 days not breathing. Like, that's not real.
I mean, yes, but that phrase isn't exactly saying he wasn't necessarily like breathing. Like,
no, it just said he was clammy. Yeah,
yeah. Jommy says that he was cold.
But also he had water in his lungs. He spit up water. You can't be breathing water in your lungs, can you? I guess.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he was 3 days without.
He could have just inhaled that water.
Okay,
before
I guess.
They went to move his body, you know.
He could have inhaled it like not even half an hour prior, and
Blake, we just getting going, man. You're good.
And still being, waterlogged. His skin would still be clammy and cold, perhaps even close to hypothermia.
Dude,
There's
I think just laying
on a scenario where you can make Patchface survive in a very natural way.
Well, yes, and 3 days he just washed up. Maybe he was surviving on a raft or like whatever, like a Titanic door, if you will.
He was. I was just gonna say he was on the door, but he pushed Rose off. So
well, Rose pushed him off.
No, well, he pushed Rose off and then fell off just before washing ashore.
Yeah, I could say that.
Imagine that's how Stannis' mom went. She's just like on a door, and Patchface is like, "No, my door."
So I am one of the only people who famously think that squishers aren't real and they're just nimble dick being super racist towards people from the sisters. but yeah, that's a possibility, and we are going to talk about the one that said straight up is that a merfolk or a merwoman gave him a second life. Mermaid, I believe is what they're normally called. I don't know why I went with merwoman, but yeah, so let's get this one done. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I mean, if it's laid eggs, it's not a mermaid anymore.
Oh yeah, good point.
So
also there is a Patchface age calculation on the wiki. It says he was born between 262 and 275, and then when you look for the citation, it says see the Patchface calculation. And then if you follow it, its logic is him still being named a boy in 278 implies he would not yet have been 16 years old.
Yep,
but
all right.
Him being capable of singing in 4 tongues implies he was no longer a babe, so therefore he was at least 3 years old.
Yeah,
so that's where they get that range from. Is
like
he could be a 4-year-old who can speak 4 tongues, but not a 3-year-old. That's just crazy talk.
Wait,
I was speaking 3 languages by that time, but yeah.
I was gonna say the younger you are, the easier it is to become a polyglot. So,
dude,
yeah.
I'm 36 and I struggle with one language.
Yeah.
Oh my
God.
Class and me didn't get along.
Yeah, no, but yeah, growing up multicultural helps because it's just something that, like what you said, it's introduced you really young. Growing up with pretty much no culture, that just cuts you deep, man. But yeah, yeah.
I mean, I would call burgers like not no culture, but
I love burgers, and I think burgers actually have a very, very rich culture.
Yep.
But thank you.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah, to a degree, but it is It is an American dish in
We had
America.
to
Believe it or
rename
not, does have
hamburger
culture.
Salisbury steak during the First World War
Hmm.
because Hamburg sounded German.
Yeah, but what
I'm
about
not joking.
Salzburg?
It's the freedom fries all over again.
Yeah, freedom fries, but beforehand. Poor France. I feel like they wasted all their really cool cards for the French Revolution. Like, it is so epically badass, and then ever since then, people just give them crap. But anyways, I respect France.
They do have some pretty cool protests. I saw at one point where a firefighter lit himself on fire to charge a line of cops during a protest, and I thought that was a solid
hardcore, man.
Yeah, that's a pretty good protest method.
You're gonna throw a brick at that?
Point their manure spreaders at the Parliament buildings too.
Are you gonna throw a brick at that building? No. I'm gonna tape bricks to my skin and run into it. Yeah.
What's the point of having a fireproof suit if you don't set yourself on fire every now and then?
Right. That's what I said. All right. What happened to Patchface during the 2 days? He was a loss in the sea is unknown. The fisher folk like to say that a mermaid had taught him to breathe water in return for his seed. So, like Russ just said, she was no longer a mermaid then. Just banging Patchface like that.
Unless she was stealing it for ritual purposes, like a witch from What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah. Good point.
She could have been a mermaid. She could have been a mermaid when she met Patchface, but not after.
I mean, look at him, that motley. My word. All right. But Patchface himself said nothing. The witty and clever lad that Lord Stefan had written of never reached Storm's End. Though Patchface had survived the shipwreck, he was broken in mind and body. The ordeal had taken his memories and half his wit. It was suggested by Sir Harbert, whoever that is, the Castle in Storm's End. Oh, never mind. I answered that right there. That it would be the kindness for Cressen to euthanize the bad boy with the milk of the poppy. Ooh. But the Maester refused to do so. Despite his condition, Patchface is employed as court fool and jester at Dragonstone, the castle of Lord Stannis Baratheon, and then later Renly. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry. That would be... No, Dragonstone's not Renly. That's just Storm's End. So he brought him over, with him when he went to Dragonstone. He spends most of his time with Shireen Baratheon, Lord Stannis' daughter. See, that's what creeps me the most. Like, if you want to keep him around, that's one thing, but it's not normal for the fool to just follow around the little girl. So, like, I mean, it's definitely not normal.
If no one else finds him entertaining and she does, it sort of tracks.
Do we know she finds him entertaining? I think she does. I think we
assume
talk about her laughing at him.
I think she does express her opinion, and it's that she finds him usually entertaining, but every now and then he says something really creepy, and that scares her.
That's true.
Yeah, she's scared of the song he sings in the prologue, and he won't
Just
stop.
A note of interest. Remember Stannis' story about trying to train a hawk to hunt that wouldn't hunt? Okay, Harbert is the same guy that talked him into dumping that hawk.
Ah, God, I forgot about that. Story's great.
Yeah, that's Grunkle Harbert, who we don't know whether he was a Baratheon or an Estermont.
An Estermont bastard.
Grunkle
I think he's a Baratheon. I think he's
a Baratheon.
I think he's Stefan's uncle. Like
he's a great uncle to Robert, Stannis, and Renly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
but we don't know Grunkle of what.
Right.
I personally go with Baratheon, but that's mainly because we have a lot more Estermonts and way too few Baratheons.
I like to think he's a bastard.
I love Estermont. That's the turtle one, right? Yeah. It's great.
Yes.
So we will get into the whenever you guys want, I can pull up his actual line. So I have 3 slides of everything he said. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I missed one. I just scanned the books and literally just grabbed everyone that I could find. And then I found a list that didn't have some of the ones I already had and had a couple more that I had. So I think I got them all. So whenever we want, while we are reading through his story, we can jump over to the set quotes. But yeah, does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right. So I feel like we're being way too proficient. So let me tell you guys a story. So I wanted, because his lines often end with "I know, oh. So on where I find my clips, I just typed in "oh." So this was the first one that I saved. And now I've been listening to Vampire Weekend for like 2 days now because of that.
Must have the It's Magic one.
No, that didn't come up.
What? Oh.
Yeah. No, but I got one. It's not 3 O's. It's a lot of O's. And you're welcome. I had to. And
someone needs to put Patchface's face on the GIF of that.
I know.
Yeah. holding a sign that says "I know" and just
his little antler bells ringing.
Shireen is afraid of the songs. Of the song because I figured there was a foreshadowing rings or interdictions. So you think that she's like, stop foreshadowing?
Yeah, she.
Well, sometimes remember she like claps her hands over her ears and she's like, I don't like it when you sing that.
At the same time, she's having dreams of the dragons coming to eat her. So yeah, like actually, it is a lot of foreshadowing and probably scaring her.
Possibly dragons eating her.
She's scared of the stone dragon.
That's what her dreams say.
Oh, her dreams. I just did a video for what's his name, Salladhor Saan, and I never caught a Salladhor Saan quote before, but since I'm looking at every single one of his lines for my videos, I never caught him making fun of the stone dragon thing because the stone dragons on Dragonstone is the castle. Like it's shaped like a dragon. So like, whoever heard of a dragon with rooms and libraries and bathrooms? It's like some things would just be spilling out of windows when they're flying. And that's really funny.
I'm sorry, but Salladhor Saan is the most Italian-coded non-Italian.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Very
she's yelling at Patchface for breaking the fourth wall.
Salladhor Saan, he's very Italian. And I think that's why I like him, but like not like Italian-American Italian, but no, like Italian. Like
he is very Italy. Italian.
You guys don't see him as like a Caribbean prince, like Caribbean pirate prince.
That's how I
always envisioned him.
Oh no, a definitely Mediterranean pirate prince. I think
like someone who he's like a former enslaved person. Murdered his masters, and now he.
What do you mean, former enslaved person? He comes from the Saan family.
300 years.
He comes from 300 years of Pirate King lineage. What are you talking about?
This is according to
extremely privileged.
This is according to him, right?
No, us. We know it's 300
but
years.
It comes from him.
No, we know his characters. I just did a video of the Saan family, sure. We know of at least 4 Saans that are kings of the Basilisk Isles, kings of the Narrow Sea, kings of the Stepstones. Like, they've been around, man.
No. Rust's point is that we don't have any confirmation on whether he's actually descended from those Saans or whether he assumed.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
It's like that guy.
But if you're going to start doing that,
a drop of the dragon's blood in him. That's all.
Are you going to start saying that Plum? That Brown Ben Plum isn't he's got 2 drops. Literally, his family tree stops being Plum and starts being Targaryen 100%. His grandparent was 100% Targaryen. Well, 100% as Targaryens are, but like both of his parents were Targaryens. So, anyways, that's more than 1 drop. Stop talking crap about Brown Ben Plum.
Okay, but Salladhor Saan is an unreliable narrator.
Yeah, but we hear about it from the Fire and Blood. He doesn't. All of our information from the Saan
something
family.
I don't know about. Okay.
Well, I know that's why
he's doing a secret identity theory. Salladhor Saan is impersonating a Saan.
Maybe he is Patchface.
He's a Blackfire.
Maybe he is a Blackfire. remember the rules of Song of Ice and Fire theories. Everyone's a Targaryen except for Targaryens.
Here's a Targaryen theory for you. Salladhor Saan is Maegor, the son of Aerian's son. He's
a bright flame. Salladhor Bright Flame Saan.
Maybe he's a Saan only on his mother's side.
Were the Bright Flames in Lys? Is that where Aerian Bright Flame went?
I mean, Aerion was spent some years in exile in Lys.
It wasn't Lys? Haha, confirmed. That's all it takes, guys. No one else was in that city. Just one person. Yeah, he would never. Yeah. Pirates don't lie.
Right.
Come on, man. Worst pirate I ever heard of. Does Bloodraven impersonate a Plum? Yeah, Maynard Plum. Yep, maybe, but yes, absolutely.
Was that so he could use his discount at Menards?
No, so he can call Lord Ambrose Butterwell Butterbutt in front of everybody.
Oh, okay. Is a Butterbutt like an upside down Butterface?
Yes, and Butterbutt.
I don't know what a Butterbutt is.
So you're saying that somebody whose face is just his or no, her, like, everything else is so hot, but her butt is just that bad. That's
I'm asking if that's what you're saying.
No, I don't think that's what
okay.
Maynard Plum and or Bloodraven was implying. Anyways, this went off the rails so hard we derailed somewhere in Ohio.
You don't have enough slides. We gotta do these rabbit trails.
But I purposely, because I didn't have a lot of strides, I got these. So yeah, here.
What the fuck you doing?
The fuck you doing?
I'm walking you.
I do purposely have Sopranos ones for you.
Your brother Billy, whatever happened there?
Whatever happened there?
Whatever happened there? The shooting. All right, no one's gonna get
47 years old, just a kid.
Just a kid. His brother Billy, the 50-year-old kid. All right.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Imagine if you go to Italy thinking that everyone's gonna be like New Jersey Italian Americans, and you show up like, hey,
I physically can't do it except as a bit, because I actually do have Italian ancestry and relatives that still live in Italy. So no.
I have an Italian last name, but I think that's as far as it goes.
I've got family in Avellino.
Oh, cool.
But I saw a post somewhere where they love watching Guidos go back to Italy and getting irate at how gay it is.
I mean, yeah, you can definitely tell an Italian American by how he dresses, because I'm sorry, but Italians dress like they're fashion models every day.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, there's the whole Sopranos episode about them going back to Italy and everything they thought was like old school mob isn't there. Like, yeah. It's like, wait, you have a woman boss? It's like, yeah.
It's
like, what?
And they like serve him like
don't
amazing
even respect
food.
Our women's. Yeah,
they serve him like amazing food. He's like, can I just get some spaghetti and meatballs?
Can I get some macaroni and gravy? Gravy with the
walking
tomatoes.
Around saying commendatory to everybody he can find. And one of the guys yells at him in Italian about the NATO aircraft that knocked down their friggin' whatchamacallit sky car.
Do I have any more Sopranos before we move on? Yeah, this one's a little fucked up though.
I was fucked up. Fucked up?
All right.
That was double fucked up.
That was double. And I do have some under the sea ones once we get to quotes. And yeah, but I wasted all my OOOs, so I'll see.
What, big pussy bumping Sarah?
No, he is with
he's
the
under the sea now.
Yep.
Yeah. He was a fish too.
What, Michael?
Well, so here's one thing I was going to bring up that's slightly more on topic.
Yeah, bring us back.
But in the prologue, this is a thought I had last time I read the prologue. So Maester Cressen's trying to poison Melisandre. Everyone is trying to prevent this. Yeah. Stannis doesn't wake him up. Selyse and Stannis are making fun of him, trying to get him to leave. Stannis directly says,
"Never read it.
I will not."
Way. Yeah.
Stannis directly says, "I will not have you end yourself in my service." And then, because he knows what's going to happen, and then Patchface dances into Cressen and takes his legs out from under him and knocks him over.
We will get to this next slide. Yeah.
Do you think this is Patchface's attempt to also stop Cressen from offing himself and going through with the plan?
I mean,
everyone else seems to know about it.
He puts the full helmet, or somebody puts the full helmet on him.
Mel does.
Yep. And then we got here. Yeah. Let's find the line here. We're gonna do these out of order, but oh wait. Is it the
Wait,
clever
Solis,
Burklow?
Solis just orders
he's
the,
just singing
the
his
bucket
song.
be put on his head.
Oh no, I thought he literally. Never mind. I thought he said something about Maester Fool, but no, I guess not. Yeah. So he just
did,
said that earlier,
He
and
did say
Melisandre
that, but
says
he
that.
said it during the White Raven exposition scene.
Yeah, that's
I thought
the
somebody else said it
clever
about
bird,
him.
clever bird, clever fool, which
Oh,
I
clever,
think is,
clever.
Melisandre
fool.
after this. After
Yeah.
Mel puts the bucket on his head, she's the one who says, "Oh, here's a riddle.
that's.
We have a foolish wise man and a clever fool."
Yeah.
I literally have.
But that was the
Flash
bucket had
right here.
fallen off of his head, right? And she was putting it back on, I think, because
They
Solis had
glided
said
into each other, and
Yeah.
then
yeah, because Solis
She
said
says
you
that
should be
you
wearing the
should-
bucket, and then
Yes.
Stannis is like, my queen said it, so do it. Like
Yeah.
Let's read that slide, and then I literally have the book right here. So then we'll find the actual. So on the day that Cressen planned to kill Melisandre, Patchface accompanies Shireen Baratheon when she visits him in his chamber at Dragonstone to see the White Raven that had arrived from the Citadel to announce the end of summer. Later that day, when Cressen arrives at the castle's dinner feast, a dancing Patchface accidentally collides with the Maester and knocks him over. Melisandre helps Cressen up, but after he dismisses her religious beliefs, she places Patchface's tin helm on Cressen's head. There you go. Just saying about a clever fool and a foolish wise man. So that's what Melisandre says. The Maester returns the helm to Patchface, but when Cressen again disparages the power of R'hllor, Queen Solis Florid orders him to wear the fool's helmet one more time, and then Stannis says that she goes too far. I like that. Stannis like, you went too far, woman. Cressen attempts to murk Mel by sharing a cup of poison wine with her, but her magic causes the poison to have a little effect on her, or whatever. I'm sure there's theories on why it doesn't have any effect. Inconceivable. As Cressen dies, he hears the bells of Patchface's helm ring in his antlers and imagines them to be saying, "Fool, fool." Stick. Turns out, like, we don't say this enough, but George, pretty good author.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I really love his writing. I don't know if you guys know that. So should I just find that actual paragraph, or did that good enough?
when Stannis tells him, "I won't have you die in my service," you really think that he knew this is the sort of thing that was going down? I always took it to mean I don't want you breaking your hip and then dying slowly.
That's how I kind of saw it. I didn't think.
Letters.
I never thought of it as Stannis knowing that he's going to do it.
I think Mel told them all exactly what's going to happen.
You have a point, because Mel straight up knows that Davos is going to
Yeah.
try to kill her in the next book. So
Right.
Mel does just straight up know.
In her
Do you
POV,
think she knows
this is
magically, or do you
first
think he
learned-
was betrayed?
Oh,
No. She says the first thing she learned to see is danger to her own person in the flames.
Yeah.
So I think she saw what was going to happen in the flames. And
unless
taken an
Salladhor,
antidote, or could have. Well, I don't think Cressen told anyone the plan.
no,
He made him poison himself.
and going back
Davos,
to
you're
the
saying.
other time, Davos. Yeah, I'm using that as like he doesn't tell anybody. Like, he only tells Sala, and I do not believe that Sala.
That's what I was asking.
And
Do you think Sala?
I don't think
I think
Sala
Mel's
read it
got
on
that.
Davos. I think that she's got at least that much magic.
Yeah.
I did the Edric Storm video not too long ago, or not Storm, sorry, Edric Dane, good old Ned Dane, and there was this great line where what's his name? Thoros is looking into the fire, and it's like, oh, he sees things and he's just staring into the fire, and Arya goes, okay, and she's like, nah, it just makes my eyes hurt. It's like, yeah, dude, like, people forget staring into fires extremely painful and detrimental. Like, you can't just do that. Like in the show, just like anybody could just be like, oh yeah, there it is. But in reality, it's like, oh yeah.
I've never had a problem looking into a wood fire, I don't think.
Well, it's because you're a witch. Do I got
Fire's not so bad, but there's this little kid who comes and feeds the kittens with me at work. There's little barn kittens. And there's this little kid who was like covering his shirt with his face the other day. And he's like, look, I can still see through my shirt. And then he's like, I wonder if I can look at the sun this way. And he just stares up at the sun. I'm like, don't do that. Don't stare at the sun.
We
It's
missed
not okay.
We missed a super chat, and it's hilarious. So it's by Cyclops is better Wolverine. Still love that name. No, you'll love this. 6 great houses in that pygmy thing over in Pike.
Damn.
They're a glorified crew. Love it. I mean, dude, anytime you can tie a Sopranos reference into, Sopranos reference in anything, but Sopranos reference into Song of Ice and Fire, I'm down. Thank you for the $2.
I've always liked you.
And I also believe that Cyclops, I don't know if I can go so far to say Cyclops is better than Wolverine, but Cyclops is definitely better than most people give him credit for. As a comic book reader, I've always really loved that character.
When you say better, do you mean a better comic book character or a better person?
Definitely not a better person, but I don't think either of them are better. I think Wolverine's slightly a better person. But Cyclops is definitely a better character. Him slowly, at least since I haven't read the comics in the last few years, but his slow transformation into Magneto is always really interesting. It was around the time of Schism, but that starting to see every mutant as a soldier to fight for mutant kind, slowly becoming what he fought against for so long, but it's not egregious about it. You can see why he gets there. And also you think about the majority of X-Men bad guys. I'll shut up here in a second. The majority of X-Men bad guys are not Avengers bad guys, or they're trying to destroy the world, or they're trying to get the Infinity Gauntlet, or whatever. The majority of X-Men bad guys are trying to murder all mutants, or they're mutants who are trying to murder all people. So you're constantly fighting against extremists. It will turn you into that. Eventually you can't really pull that Professor Xavier thing. Even Xavier eventually goes a little Magneto-y. But yeah, I just really love Cyclops. Yeah, better mutant. Better X-Men. Okay. That's my X-Men rant.
Well, it's X-Men is supposed to be an allegory for being gay in America, right?
Yes,
it's being a minority, but yes,
any marginalized group, pretty much.
Okay.
It's definitely an allegory because there are.
For some reason, I thought the writers had specified, but
no, I think it was a lot of times race
sisters
at the beginning, and then I think literally, if you look at a lot, not every, but most X-Men are also part of a marginalized group on top of it. They are a mutant, but they're also Jewish, or they're also, an immigrant from some country, or they're disabled, or they're gay.
Blue.
That is a really big part of almost every X-Men's character is take away the mutant part, and they're still part of a marginalized community, which I always found really awesome. Absolutely, definitely part of the civil rights movement, but literally. What we were saying, it's kind of all of it. Getting derailed again. You know what? I think I earned this for myself.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
Yeah. All right. I'll get back on target. I'm trying to find. Yeah. So Crescent made his way to the race platform where the Lord said,
"No, Taco, turn off your targeting computer."
Okay. Sorry.
Taco.
But I can't read.
Let it flow through you, young one.
He had that's the dumbest thing ever. No, stop aiming. What? It's the size of a womp rat. So he stepped right around Patchface, dancing his bells. He hopped from one leg to the other, and then Patchface lurched into, shouldn't it be lunged into Crescent? It says lurched.
lurched is a word.
Yeah, I know lurched is a word, but you lurch into somebody? I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
I think they're trying to say that he was dancing random dance around, and he was
it was an unnatural
hobbling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Noctis came out, and they went crashing. They went crashing down. Okay, good point. They went crashing down together amongst the rushes, entangled arms and legs. Sounds kind of sexy. Well, a sudden gale of laughter went up around them. No doubt it was a comical sight. Patchface sprawled around on top of him, Motley Fool's face pressed close to his own. He had lost his tin helm with the antler bells. Here we go. Under the sea, you fall up, he declared. I know. Giggling, the fool rolled off, bounded to his feet, and then did a little dance. So I don't want to read this whole thing.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get up, and then he murmured, "Thank you," as somebody helped him. He felt strong grasp. And then, it was Melisandre. Yeah, okay. Sorry. We don't need to read this whole thing.
My point is just that if everyone is trying to stop Cressen from doing this, does Patchface also have the knowledge of what's going on and also is like trying to take out his cane so that he doesn't do the thing?
Maybe, but if it said lunge, did we just agree that lurched might not have been on purpose, or was that on
lurched
purpose?
That's the thing, is lurched might. That they're leaving it's ambiguous is the thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think that Patchface would have been read in on the situation.
No,
like,
yeah, who would tell
he's got
him
crazy foresight powers anyway.
Yeah,
exactly.
that he might
Whether he
know
saw
what's
it
going to
himself,
happen.
That seems kind of likely, honestly.
Well, I can't wait till we actually
That's
get
just how I read it last time I read this.
I would love to get through like his story. I'm not trying to rush us, but whenever we feel free to look at all of his lines one by one, and I'm like, that's what I'm most excited about, because I'm going to say it more later, but I really feel like the blood on the maiden thigh one was just there, so we know they're prophetic. Like, that one is so easy to read, but all the other ones are not. Like, I can't really pick out other ones. And of course, I'm a lore guy. I'm definitely not a theory guy. I'm not as good at finding those patterns like a lot of people are. I'm kind of simple, just like Patchface. But like, and I'm also doughy. But yeah, I definitely feel like George put the one in there. So we go, oh, are these all prophetic? And then you read them and it's like, so like there's literally one that just said in the sea, you can't wear hats. Like, yeah, under the sea, no one wears hats. I know. Oh. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think the difficult thing to pass with Patchface is that regardless of how he got to his powers, or whether I'm going to publicly entertain the Preston Jacobs position of secret sci-fi, not that I necessarily believe it, but I'm going to entertain it for.
And he's only right about half his stuff, anyways.
Yeah, exactly. But like, regardless of how he got that, I would argue it's kind of very difficult to parse everything he said, because I have this hunch that it's like half of it is just
gibberish.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's no. You made me thirsty watching your Kool-Aid jams.
So I was answering a chat. Someone asked what.
Oh, what are you drinking?
The Kool-Aid Jam or Tropical Punch?
Yeah, lurch. So you're saying that he turned into a giant Frankenstein lurch, and that's what knocked over Cressen's cane? Got it.
Yes.
Yep. Lurch is very correct in this engine. Yeah, thank you, Wolf. Well, Wolfx killing it. And then, yeah, that is a Capri Sun. You go from the. I gotta word that differently. You go through the top like you're supposed to.
Yeah, you go. What do you stab the bottom?
Yeah, a lot of people do that. I don't. But there's a lot of people who flip over and stab the bottom. I don't like that because you can't set it down. But of course, you don't really have to set a Capri Sun down because they're like 2 drinks. But a lot of people go through the bottom.
Some people like going from the front, some from the back, whatever position.
Try not to make this sexual.
is fine with me. I try not to judge.
Until you said that.
I right away when I was like, see, it's go through the hole, and I was like, all right, think about this, Taco. And then I was like, and then some people flip it over. It depends on the position. I'm like, I guess
all holes are valid in this stream. We're fine.
All holes are valid. We do not marginalize communities depending on how they drink their Capri Suns. Yeah. I do have well, let's wait. Sorry. I'm really excited about some of my clips today. Did I finish this one? Patchface is in attendance when Stannis, Baratheon, and Melisandre burn the statues at the 7, singing about how the smoke flames under the sea. Under the sea. Peter Baylor suggests, this is great, spreading the false tale that Shireen was fathered by Patchface, saying that the small folk will believe it, that Patchface's tattoos cause her disfigurement. And I know that doesn't make sense, but they do explain it. And then later Renly insults Stannis by mentioning this rumor. So they were like, that's not how tattoos work. And I can't remember the example that Peter uses. But no,
rabbit's ears.
Yeah, was it rabbit's ears? Like, oh,
There's
you eat
something
too
about
much
rabbit's
carrots.
ears, yeah.
Yeah. I think I might be able
Yeah.
to find it. But yeah, I thought that was really funny. Of like, oh, your dad has a tattoo, so your face is gonna look like Motley, and like, oh, that's just something the small folk will believe. Now, whether or not the small folk believe that, I think the point is that they think the small folk is so stupid that they'll believe that. Whether or not I think it is, but yeah, I found it right here. Yeah, most small folk believe that if a woman eats rabbit while she's pregnant, they'll be born with floppy ears. Yeah, so I don't think that the small folk will. I think that posh upper class freaking at the Red Keep that they're like, oh, the small folk, they'll believe anything. But I guess it does spread, so maybe they're right. Maybe the lower class are stupid. Who knew? That's us.
Well, that part doesn't have to work in order for the rest of it to be true, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
He doesn't
You're
have
right.
to have inherited the grayscale face in order for King Stannis to have been cucked by a fool.
Yeah, you're right, and also the spicier. And if we've learned anything from politics, the spicier the oh well, somebody's saying propaganda works pretty well. Yeah, yeah, it definitely like that's literally what I'm about to say is it doesn't need to have any facts. If it's scathing and messed up, it will spread. Like regardless of how truth it sounds, I could just say, "Oh, did you know blah blah blah's something disgusting?" And then the people will spread that whether or not. And I think Davos even says people don't need to believe it. Yeah, but Davos even says people don't need to believe it to spread it. They'll just spread it.
An old episode of Family Guy where they all get tied up as a family, and like they're really bored, so they decide to start a rumor. And they start a rumor that Rob Schneider goes down to Home Depot and pays immigrants to come home and choke him while he's in the shower.
Yeah. That's so believable.
That sounds like something he would do.
And like, yeah, by the end of the episode, it like loops back around and somebody else tells it to them like it's a real fact.
Yeah. Now, given all that, I do want to say that Littlefinger's plan is a bit more ingenious than just, throwing random shit at the wall and see what sticks. Because remember that we really
I don't know. Have you seen season 6? I mean, it's like all these things. All right,
I will not address the Dragon Show. Please do not mention it again to me. I am personally offended by that. Thank you.
Sorry, my bad, dude. I'm sorry. I'm ashamed. Keep going.
No, but what I was gonna get at is that it's like there is some like nugget of truth to really like go for with that whole thing. Not with the face tattoos equals scales thing, but like it's very much noted in early Clash that Stannis very rarely came back to Dragonstone while he was Master Ship for Robert.
Yeah, and then
maybe once a year, and that he mostly spent his time in King's Landing. Now, that can definitely lead to badmouth ideas about oh, he's keeping the child hidden away. She's disfigured, religious society. She must be a bastard or something.
And yes, you are 100% right. And not only that, but not only him not being around a lot, but also Stannis's nature and lack of being a sexual person is not a secret. Like he literally tried to outlaw brothels. Like everyone knows that he just beds his wife for duty. Like not because he likes to do it, And I know that people that's led to a lot of theories about Stannis' sexuality. And I more lean towards him being more asexual than I don't think he's gay. I think that he's just not a sexual person. Either a very low sex drive or just none, which there's plenty of people like that. But yeah, I guess I don't think we have enough, what am I looking for? Enough actual evidence to actually figure out what's going on with Stannis' sexuality in his head. But
I doubt we'll ever get a clear-cut answer on that. But again, here we see with Patchface appears sporadically, but he is always very much around Shireen, and you can definitely tell that wherever Shireen is, Patchface is, and really the character that's most intrinsically tied to Patchface is just Shireen.
Yep. I want to answer Cyclops here. Absolutely, that's what it is. I didn't understand people's love for Stannis until my second or third time through, and I started reading him as a comedy character. Who doesn't know he's a comedy character? And Stannis is low key top 3 funniest characters in the entire show. He's
Leslie Nielsen.
Yes, he's Leslie Nielsen. He does not realize, but he says some funny stuff. He's and I don't know, man. Oh, Ned, you honorable fool, and Stannis is hold my beer. He is so stupid in his honorableness. I just love it, man.
Here's the thing. I never read Stannis like that. I find that interesting. I kind of fell in love with Stannis because he exuded Disney villain energy in his theatrical Shakespearean speeches and, the aggrieved way he comported himself with. Especially in Clash. Clash Stannis is classic Disney villain.
Oh, yeah. I also, his seriousness, bringing back to a cartoon, a different one, but he reminds me of season 1 Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Because of that, so serious, he's hilarious. What's the meaning of this mutiny? He's it's so good of the just somebody could say something and it's oh, did he hear Renly is marching? He's yes, he spits on the graves of our ancestors as he marches. It's oh my God, shut up. He just takes everything so serious.
He's so insane. He's just you saved my life, but you smuggled to do so. I'm chopping off the tips of your fingers.
And then he convinces the guy that he wasn't an asshole in that. He's no, he did the right thing. It's he did do the right thing. You saved that whole castle.
Yeah.
Look, I can understand
which potentially
how Davos
saved the entire war.
Yeah, I can understand how Davos sees that as a good thing, but man, he really lucked out that it was Davos who was there, not someone else.
Yeah.
Real.
Salladhor would have killed him. I brought you onions. Also, what are you doing?
Just quick, since Russ compared him to Leslie Nielsen, has anyone here seen the new Naked Gun movie?
I haven't. No,
I have not.
It's so good.
Is it good?
Yeah, really, really good. I liked it a lot. It fits within that series. And that's a high bar for me.
Honorable fool. He passes the. He's so honorable that it stops kind of being honorable.
Yeah, he's somewhat
that's his
like
intention.
Ned, where you're a good person within a bad system in a way, where he's an honorable person within a violent system that makes him do bad things that we look at today and we're that's a terrible thing to do. Why did you do that?
Yeah.
I think Stannis though is a different breed because Ned genuinely cares for fairness. Whereas Stannis is way more legalist in his readings. He is more, the law is the law.
Yeah.
And it being the law is by itself the sole justification for it that is needed.
I knew we were going to go on to Stannis, but let's get back to Patchface.
This is a Patchface.
You have to talk about Stannis. Yeah. I'm not going to be mad at this. Isn't as bad as whoever went on those rants earlier. It definitely wasn't me, but yeah, let's talk about him going up to the wall. Under the wall. After the Battle of the Blackwater and Davos went into the water and then back out, this made Davos think of Patchface, that he went into the sea as well, and then when he came out, he was mad. So yeah, I love that connection doesn't need to be made by us. Davos makes it, where he's oh yeah, you drowned and came back. He goes, yeah, like that Patchface. He does it in his head. So it's George is hey, make this connection. Yeah, dude. Yeah, we will. You don't have to do that. So yeah. Later when Davos returns to Dragonstone, he finds Patchface playing Monsters and Maidens with Shireen and her cousin, Edric Storm. Maester Pylos prevents Patchface from attending Shireen's lessons. Yeah, he just waits outside the door as the bells of the Fool's Helm constantly ring loudly. During the lesson, Patchface faithfully waits outside the Maester's chamber door, like a dog. When Stannis sails north to help the Night's Watch defend the realm against the wildlings and the others and the Snarks and the Grumpkins, Patchface accompanies Shireen and Selyse to East Watch by the Sea. Thank you. There, Patchface receives a motley cloak of beaver pelts, sheepskins, and rabbit fur. So cool. His horned fool's helm now includes long brown flaps of squirrel fur that hang down over his ears. When Selyse's entourage arrives at Castle Black, she does not bother to introduce Patchface to Jon Snow, but Jon Snow recognizes the fool from Cotter Pike's letters, in which he said Patchface is a simpleton. So yeah, everything I said in this slide before that is all recollected from the letters. So like, I love the idea of Cotter Pike in his like letter style. Like, I wish we saw this letter, because Cotter Pike's letters are always him talking to the Maester, but they're just to the point. That thing's in the water. That thing. So it's like, Patchface is a simpleton. He's got furs on his face now. like it's just. I would love to see those letters.
Furs to cover his ears because he was cold.
They gave the fool squirrels. I love Cotter Pike.
Isn't it like told somewhere? I think it's like during the Sam is sent off to Old Town scene that the Cotter Pike's Maester is also supposed to be a bit of a drunkard.
Oh, is he? Maybe. I guess I don't know that.
So.
I bet if I look up Eastwatch, that's going to be like one of the first things that pop up. I bet. Somebody else can say something.
Yeah, no, the thing here is Patchface, again, doesn't appear much. He is very much always kept in the background, and I would bet that were it not really for two particular lines, number one, that being the Blood on the Maiden's Thigh prophecy, which very many people very correctly tie it to Sansa.
I feel like, oh, Sansa?
Yeah, that's that's the immediate obvious train of thought you should have.
Is it? Oh, I thought it goes right to Red Wedding. The blood for the Grimes bridegrooms. Well, and all the Red Weddings going on.
Wait, I didn't read the chapter in advance to that. I forgot about that line, and now I'm trying to go off to my tip. Blood on the Maiden's Thigh, Flash.
Yeah.
No, that's from Storm. I'm an idiot.
You're not. You're a smart person. But yeah, here, Fool's Blood, King's Blood, Blood on Maiden's Thigh. So Fool's Blood. We're gonna do all this later, but Fool's Blood is Aegon Frey's blood. King's Blood's Rob's, and then Blood on the Maiden's Thigh. All this is going on when Rosalind's losing her maiden's head, but chains for the guests and chains for the bridegroom. That one
completely whiffed it. I was trying to come up without looking it up on the spot, and I guessed miserably wrong.
I'm sorry, but yeah, that one I thought was as easy as it was, and then you didn't grab it right away. I think that one is so verbatim as a reason. Like, why did he make that one so easy, but the other ones are way out there for me, at least. I can't wait to go over them. I'm about to give up on.
The number two is the Melisandre chapter and dance, because that's also somewhere where we'll get to that. I don't want to spoil for the audience, but
yep, the one line there. Well, that's not actually in Melisandre's chapter. That's in Jon's. That's at Alice's wedding when she says that about him. Surprisingly, she doesn't.
I thought that was it was the Melisandre chapter that she didn't say it out loud, but she thought about it.
No, when I typed in Patchface, I thought I was gonna get, because I just searched the whole book for Patchface, and I thought I was gonna go to Melisandre's chapter. That line is in Jon's at Alice's wedding, and as far as I know, unless she doesn't call him Patchface, maybe she just says the fool. Unless she calls him something else. But I'm saying she doesn't talk about him. Yeah, the creature. But that's in Alice's. That's in the Allison wedding chapter. Alice co-star's wedding chapter. I don't think, unless she calls him something different, I don't think she talks about him in her own chapter, unless I'm missing something completely.
No, you're right. She says that creature's dangerous. Many times I've glimpsed him in my flames. Sometimes there are skulls about him and his lips are red with blood.
Yep, I do have that later, I think.
Okay, so
But-
wrong chapter, right idea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think I have that. Yeah, I have that in here. Yeah. We were gonna get to it.
We'll get to it.
Yeah. Did we make it? I think I stopped when we were talking about Connor Pike's letters.
Yes.
Yep. So the giant 1/1 is fascinated by the fool and is singing and dancing. Plus, he has all that like food hanging from him, like all the. Oh, although 1/1's a vegetarian, so never mind. Forget about that. I thought, oh, maybe it's all the hide hanging from him, but 1/1 doesn't care about that. He's veggies, dude. The giant 1/1 is fascinated with the fool singing and dancing, but when 1/1 reaches at him, Patchface backs away from the giant loudly after Patchface falls into a snowdrift. We're gonna get through the quotes later, but when he jumps away from him, it's just, oh no, like he does his normal, I know, oh, but it's just like terrified. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Oh, maybe it was in here. Yeah, just when 1/1 reaches at him. Oh no. Like I thought that was just great. He's still sticking to his like rhythm, but he just no. Oh man, I love Patchface, dude. I'm glad we're talking about him. Yeah. All right. Jumping over into the comments. Everyone going good over here? All right. Let's finish off this one. Oh, I just did. Okay. Can I just rock through the last story one and then we're like, I feel like that's just a lot off my back. So Wedding and Hard Home. After Patchface sings a song about mermen, don't worry, we're going to cover all the quotes later. Melisandre tells Jon, that creature is dangerous. Many a time I have glimpsed him in my flame. Sometimes there are skulls about him and his lips are red with blood. We definitely can talk about what that means when we're done with this. But yeah, that's during Alice's wedding. So Patchface attends the wedding of Sigourney and Alice. And Owen the Oath dances with him during the feast. That's adorable. When Jon brings Vel to meet Queen Selyse, Patchface is dancing in the Queen's chambers. On Selyse's command, Patchface takes Shireen out of the room. And then finally, Jon tells Selyse and her court about the news from Hardhome, and the Queen says to let them all die. Let them die. Jon still plans on arranging to rescue the free folk in Hardhome when Sir Malagorn of Redpool, that guy never stood out to me until I was reading for this one. And it's like, there was a lot of Malagorn up at the wall. And I'm like, that name never stood out to me before. I guess anytime one of Selyse's men talk, I just assume it's Patrick of King's Mountain. Don't read the names. So yeah, Malagorn Redpool asks Jon who will lead it. Jon asks if he was volunteering, to which Malagorn says, does he look foolish? And Patchface enthusiastically volunteers, because he said foolish, I'm assuming, to lead it himself. This made everyone laugh. Later, Jon receives the pink letter and then gets For the Watched. So yeah, that's everything for Patchface's story. So whenever we want to start going through his quotes, but if you want, we can start with the Melisandre one. Or do you want to end with the Melisandre one?
Either way.
The one where she says blood lips and skulls.
Yeah, because let's work our way up to it. Because that's like kind of like one of the culminations. Like that in the Hardhome one is like, I feel like that's the peak of his.
The culmination definitely arrives there, and I think it also allowed us to go on a progression and maybe do that, maybe pass and analyze the way
absolutely
everything goes.
So yeah, anyone who I'm gonna say this one more time before we get going, but we are doing our best to monitor the chat. But if you want to make sure that a question or a comment gets through, do it in a super chat, or if you want to donate without that, I have my PayPal link is in the description. So yeah, let's get right into the sayings part one. So I do have where they're in. So all this is prologue. It's really, I knew that Patchface was in Cressen's prologue. it's like 50% Patchface. Like there is so much Patchface in Crescent's prologue. Like, and there's not as much Davos as I remember. Like, because since they left out Patchface in the show, it can be like it was very Davos heavy in like those scenes in the show. But in the books, like you could have told me after that chapter, any of those people would be the POV for Stannis. I wouldn't have thought it was Davos. They mentioned him like once. You get way more Patchface.
Well, we do see Davos, but it's like very brief. It's twice.
He's like one of the guys there.
Once you have a convo, no, because he does have a small particular combo on the stair between him and Cressen when Cressen goes up first. Right. Because, look, the letter. So, no, I would disagree with that.
Yeah, no, you're right. I guess I forgot about that conversation.
And then there's like that small, cameo he does at the feast later. But like, no, in general, let's put it this way. The prologue chapter, as it is in the books, is very much not about, our good friend Davos. Davos is someone who's important in it. He appears, he has a major scene, but he is not like, the main character, like the very main character. And arguably besides Cressen, the three most important characters in this one are Melisandre, Stannis, and Patchface.
Yeah, I agree.
Not
I
necessarily
completely agree with
that order.
No, not in that order. But like we said earlier, the majority of Patchface, like everything I said about him in Volantis is Patchface. Is from that chapter. His whole drowning and coming back from that chapter, and then just literally an entire slide. I have more quotes from the prologue, but I mean, you're introducing the character there, right? So like he wasn't in the first book, so I think that this is just our best chance to get a lot of Patchface and then sprinkle him in the background the rest of the time.
Yeah, but it's the chapter he's most prominent in until they get to the wall, probably, and then even still probably more
still
so
the most. And also same with Stannis. You could say the same thing. Like Stannis was on the not even in, like he's mentioned in the first book, but he's not in the first book. Right. You get so much of his backstory. Like Cressen chapter it's probably my favorite prologue. Honestly, I think
it is. It is one of the longest. I don't know if I think it is the
Varamir
longest.
is longest. I think. And it's
I was about to say it's either Varamir or Cressen for the longest. Otherwise, Will is pretty short, and Chet also is relatively short because there's way less background to pass through. Although Chet, you get a bit more with him. And then you have
the Pate. I hate Pate.
I like Pate because it introduces a whole new cast of characters that I wished would have panned out more.
You're right. Like I've done pretty much every character but Pate because I can't cover POV character, or I don't cover POV characters. But I've done one for Alaraz, and I've done one for Leo Tyrell, like Lazy Leo. Like you're right; those characters are actually really fantastic.
And then even the more minor ones, like in the background, like Molander or Armin, the acolytes, they bring a bit of life and a bit of variety, which again is part of why Feast works. Despite its many critics. But
I love Feast. But that's because
going back on the chapter, because we're talking about Patchface. The Cressen, it's very clear that the intent with the Cressen chapter was exactly set up Stannis.
Got a good point. Yeah, sorry, keep going.
It's very much set up Stannis, set up the Stannis scores. We have heard so much about Stannis and about him in the first book. While he is off screen, he is like one of the two big, wild cards for the coming war, him and Lysa.
Yep.
And it's just, with the Cressen chapter, we get 30 pages of mostly introduction with some plot going on.
It's quite a lot of pages. I guess I can tell you, I guess I have the PDF, so I don't know.
I don't. I'm in Italy. I don't have my copy, my paperback copy. So
no. and I am not getting up to walk to my paperback copies because they're upstairs. They're not in the dungeon with me. I keep all my books not in the basement after I tried to sell all my comic books I kept in the basement and didn't make any money anymore. So I do not keep books in the basement anymore. But yeah. All right. So yeah, let's get through these. So the first one is Under the Sea. The birds have scales for feathers. I know. Oh. Is there anything there? I guess you could say the birds have scales. So he's saying like they're fish, but also birds with scales are dragons.
No, I think this
I'm
is
trying.
tough.
I'm reaching here.
This is a bit of a reach. I'm gonna go with Occam's razor and say flying fish.
Okay, so you don't think it's pathetic? It's just him talking.
No,
about
I think he did not. I don't think the first like major thing out of his mouth,
because it could be dragons. Like he could.
It could be dragons.
This is the prologue for Clash. Like dragons just got it.
Yes, but at the same time, do keep in mind that he is very aquatic themed, and dragons as a thematic object are very much not associated with water. In fact, the people who are the most associated with water, the Roina, put up in opposition against the dragons.
I do think the part of the thing with Patchface is occasionally he is just singing silly shenanigans rather than being prophetic. So like, yeah,
absolutely. Which we said earlier. Here I can play my first one for Under the Sea now.
Under the Sea.
I like that one. I do actually have a Little Mermaid one, but I wanted my first one to be Homer just eating them because it makes it's more Patchfacey. Patchfacey. I don't know. I'm gonna go with dragons for 100, Alex. But if you guys want to go down with the we gotta start off with him looking crazy before we start peppering in the smart stuff. That's also very smart. Rust, do you have any interpretation for Under the Sea? The fish have scales, or the birds have scales?
Just that under the sea, the birds are, that fish are essentially birds is all.
So you think that it's basic that there isn't any real prophetic going on that one?
Well, it doesn't seem particularly prophetic, no.
The other thing that it kind of does serve a purpose to do is it sort of does imply that he was like conscious while he was under the sea, you know?
Yeah, like he saw things.
And the whole, he talks about it like snowing upwards as well.
Yeah, we'll get to that one.
That just seems like a normal thing that he's describing, you know?
Yeah, there is a lot of grayscale.
That works.
Yeah,
too.
when we will get to that. Yeah, that's the first. Good point. That's actually literally the first time he mentions scales, and a lot of people think that, and we'll talk about it once we get to the end here, because we're pretty much starting all over. Like we told this story, and now we're gonna tell his words. But I do think that a lot of the stuff later on is hinting at some type of a grayscale outbreak. But yeah. So no. I think that's good. I think I'm going to put some on dragons and some the fact that I actually mentioned scales. Okay, so it's always summer under the sea. The mere wives wear ninny moons in their hair. Ninny moans in their hair and weave gowns of silver seaweed. I know.
Nanny moans, for clarification, is some old-timey word for anemone.
Oh, okay. This had
Wait, say that again.
It's an anemone.
Anemone, as
What
in
ninny moans.
nanny moan.
NNYMOASNS. Yeah. Thank you for telling me because
partway to a nematode.
Yeah, nematode. It had a red squiggle, so I was like, when I typed it, and I was like, either George made that up or the AI doesn't even know what that fucking
too old-timey for spell check to know.
It might be very old-timey, or it might be a George made-up thing, but I think I've seen Elio confirm it on the forums that it's supposed to be an anemone. I was about to misspeak.
I'm seeing a flower, and also apparently a VTuber.
Yeah,
there is a flower called an anemone.
Flower called an anemone. And then there's also the
the ninny moans. I'm seeing a flower and then a VTuber. Yeah.
I have
nanners.
no idea.
Getting along
As far as
nanners.
I've seen, it's a flower called an anemone probably is again anemone related, except it's the purple flower.
Oh, and here I found a Game of Thrones. What is a ninny moon?
Yeah, every Google search
obviously.
is just
It's
trying
like
to figure out what Patchface is talking about. Every
Yep,
Google
that's,
result.
oh, that's so funny. Yeah, it puts me right to Patchface's Ninny Moon's Reddit.
Yeah.
As far as I've seen, the interpretation is anemone.
Yep,
That's
the sea kind, because
yeah,
Patchface, you know.
Under the sea. Okay, under the sea, it snows up, and the rain is dry as a bone because water's not wet. Is that what he's trying to say? I'm kidding.
To say, but okay.
I know. Oh. Yeah.
Well, the stuff that would be raining up would have, I would assume, would be like bubbles of gas.
Yep, or air. Yeah. Well, air is gas.
Yeah. So it is literally dry.
No, do we want to make a connection to going back to the last one? We got stuck on Ninny Moons. It's always summer under the sea. Do we want to go with winter as being usually a word for hard times? Like it's winter always seems like a synonym in the Song of Ice and Fire as death or hard times or war, like negative stuff. And it's always summer under the sea, as in like it's always peaceful, it's always good.
It's also, well, under the sea, many people also think means in death.
In death, yep.
Like, he could have been like, it's heavenly, it's a land of always summer. Like, that's a way that people refer
and it never
to, like,
snows. Like, so there's a lot of like him explaining drowning as.
But there's also the fact that,
no
it
more
could be
pain.
thermal vents. It could be the fact that you don't actually have winter deep under the ocean because it doesn't.
Yeah, I was going to
there.
say, once you get
definitely
close enough to the sea floor, the temperature is not going to change that much.
And
I would
the
imagine.
other thing, if you want to go with the prophetic angle, it could be foreshadowing like ash rising. Like there was that scene in Game of Thrones where people were like, is that snow falling or ash rising in the broken throne room in the vision? So it could be that as well.
Here's the thing. Like the snow and rain one, I'm definitely relatively more leaning towards inane rambling. The other one about mermaids with anemones in their hair and silver seaweed dresses or gowns. I forget the wording right now without the quote in front of me, but. I don't know. The first thing I thought of was Sansa at the Purple Wedding, specifically because anemones are poisonous.
Yeah, but and them being in her hair,
And
what color is her
gowns
gown
of silver
at the wedding?
seaweed is Stark. Her being a Stark, because gray.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. What did Sansa wear to the Purple Wedding?
I will look.
We know the color of it, but
there's a Sansa Hunter. Who's that?
Sansa, she usually wears blue, no?
I thought maybe it would just pop up, but no, she's too big of a character for clothes descriptions. Purple Wedding.
The gown itself was ivory and samite with cloth of silver. That's in Sansa 3's Storm of Swords. Is that the Purple Wedding chapter?
No, that is the Tyrion. That is the wedding between Tyrion and Sansa. That's the
which
wedding
still, I mean that, here.
That might still be just Sansa foreshadowing, and I don't know.
Yeah, this is probably too early because it says she thinks that she can't wait for Willis to see her like this. He will love me. He must.
Sansa 1. Sansa.
This is
which one were you thinking?
This is in the Storm. Everything that I've talked about happens in Storm.
Yep, I know. Yeah, you were just talking Sansa 3.
Sansa 3.
Okay, I will be there in 1 second here. So Sansa 2 is that she's being fitted by a new gown provided by Cersei. Marjorie tells Sansa that she does not fear Joffrey because her father, blah, blah, blah. And then she tells Dantos about the Queen of Thorns wanting to marry her to Willis. And then Dantos says you're going to escape on the wedding day. And then Sansa 3, it's her marriage to Tyrion. is Sansa 3. So yeah, that's her dress for that wedding.
Oh, this is right before they tell her why she's getting a nice dress.
Yeah, because Cersei gets her a dress and doesn't explain why.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now I remember that.
You know, I don't want to go out on a limb here, but Cersei Lannister, bit of a jerk. Bit of a jerk.
Hot take.
Hot take. Sexy take. Comely take. Sansa 5 is no, that's just her getting the shroud or whatever you want to call it.
Internet.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. No, this is the wedding. Or
she might get it.
No, it's right after. No. In 5, it's right after the wedding. It starts with her fleeing to the Godswood, and that's when Baelish. Yeah. So, yeah, we don't see the wedding through her. We see it through. Tyrion.
It was through Tyrion. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tyrion is usually, if he describes clothes, is usually his own, or if it's something like an important accessory.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Purple Wedding is the Purple Wedding is chapter 60, Tyrion 8. But yeah. Anyways, now that we brought up that.
Yeah, again, this might be completely unrelated, but again,
absolutely.
Wait, no. In Tyrion 8, Sansa wore a gown of silvery satin.
There you go.
She's wearing a silver dress with poison in her hair.
Perfect.
Yeah,
mystery solved.
Mystery. No, I think that 100% is mystery solved.
Yep.
Sansa is the merwife in this case. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Well, we nailed that one.
And while Sansa definitely has some manly ancestry for that whole thing,
he could say that too.
I think the whole Sansa being compared to a merwife is more one she's considered to be beautiful for her age. Number one, and I'm gonna clarify that because I don't want to get into it. But number one, but number two is that Sansa goes on to be called very many things where she's half animal, half human. Like she's called half bat at one point. She's called half wolf a lot.
Yeah, half bat. I know I've noticed. I just read a whole theory about how Stark of Harrenhal because of the bat thing, and also her Went ancestry, and then her connections to Peter Baelish. That Sansa's actually going to inherit Harrenhal, and she's going to be the maiden who's going to lift the curse. I don't believe it, but that was interesting. I don't buy it.
It is certainly a take.
Yeah, that was in my Harren. I just did a video for Harren Horror, Harren the Black. That comes out in a couple weeks. I just filmed that the other day.
I made a good meme about Harren recently.
Really? What is it? Rust?
It was that you might have seen it, that American Dad one about how brick won't burn.
Oh, no, I didn't, but that's funny.
Oh.
No, that's good.
It's a scene from American Dad. Francine's trying to take a cooking lesson, and she gets really frustrated. And she threatens the teacher. She's like, "This whole annex is going to burn." And the teacher's like, "You can't burn brick, bitch." And Francine's like, "I'll find a fire hot enough."
Yeah, I'll find me a dragon.
Right.
I don't know why the chat's going into the shadow talk, but I am currently writing my video for Mandon Moore. And I'll tell you right now, all the talk between like the others being related to the Kingsguard, I think are all from Mandon, because almost any time he's described, not only his dead eyes, but his face is corpse-like he's constantly called undead. And then he's always shadowing, and they use that term specifically. Yeah, I think the connections between the others and the White Walkers, like 100, or the others and the Kingsguard, are 100% Mandon Moore, because anytime he's described, it's very dead. But
the shadow talk started looking ahead at like 2 quotes ahead from Patches.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I kept it up too long. Yeah, and then he does. Yeah, the shadows come to stay. Thank you, because I couldn't wait to get to that one. And I think this next one is so easy I might be wrong. But clever bird, clever man, clever fool, oh, clever fool. That's just him saying I'm not an idiot, guys. Like, you think I'm an idiot, but turns out, watch out. Like, right? Like that one is just either George or him saying, you actually got to pay attention to what I'm saying here.
That, and also, here's the thing. Later in book 5, Bloodraven says that apparently all birds have singers in them.
Yeah, which I don't like. I think that's stupid.
Because
birds aren't immortal.
No, but the hive mind just jumps from bird to bird, right?
So you're saying that I can... Okay, so...
When the raven dies...
Are we talking about skin changers here?
Really quickly, but like, so you're saying that if I'm dying and I jump into Ghost,
powerful.
I can jump into another thing later?
Potentially. A child of the forest or someone in the Weirwood might be able to do that.
Here's the thing.
I mean, it doesn't make sense otherwise.
Yeah, it would have to be that. Yeah.
Here's the thing. It would. I would argue that would only be able to apply to children of the forest specifically, because we know from Varamir's prologue and dance that as far as humans go, you can't stay in a animal too long, or you will fade.
Yeah, you will become him, or him. You'll get absorbd.
You become part of that whatever shadow on the soul remains. But
one would assume that children of the forest are more powerful warriors because
that's like their natural.
I'm assuming here that the reason why humans have that ability is because there were humans who intermarried, or whatever you want to say, banged. We'll just say it, banged the children of the forest, right? And then had, so that gene, if you will, was passed on. Like, so it must be weaker, or at least something. Right. I don't know. I mean, it's all
also like gene in Stargate.
Okay.
Also, what George brought up in chat there. This is another thing
George
I talked
in
about
chat?
in a different video. It might have even been a live stream, but it is possible that Bloodraven is just checking on things, or like a future brand is if there is a green seer inside that bird. When Patchface says clever bird, clever man, clever fool, the bird gets scared and flies away. So like if he sees this crazy fool, and this fool is
calling him out.
Yeah, he's like, I see you in there. That's kind of what I would as. Because
I love that. Does he run away? That's all in the prologue, right?
The bird flaps away and perches across the room on like a high up like perch because he gets scared of Patchface saying that. Yeah.
Dude, I love that. I'm gonna see if I can find clever bird, see if the bird. Not that I'm calling you a liar, but I wanna see it. And he might sing the shadows thing right after he says clever bird, clever man, but either way, like right after that, the bird like gets scared of Patchface. Okay, I got it right here.
Okay.
When you see for breakfast, the bird. So this is Lady Shireen. Pylos tells the old raven. So Pylos is introducing Shireen to the raven. The bird bobbed its pale head up and down because it's a white raven. As it was blowing, lady, it croaked, lady. So it's very likely that this is a rogue or ward raven. The child's mouth gaped open. It talks. A few words it said, they are clever, these birds. And then Patchface says, clever bird, clever man, clever fool. Patchface said it, jingling, oh, clever fool. He began to sing, and then he jumped in. The shadows come to. So that's right after the shadows come to dance, my lord. So he's hoping from
did
one
Roy
to the other.
Make up a tune to that, or did I make it up in my own head?
I think
dance.
You can have a tune to it. Also, that's like the only thing that he has written that the shadows come to dance is one of the only ones that's italicized. So I think he is more singing that one. Because those ones are italicized when his other lines.
Because I have it in my head, and I swear the tune I have it to is a nursery rhyme, but I can't remember what nursery rhyme
possible.
is.
And then, the white raven screamed and went flapping away to perch on the iron railing to the rookery stairs. Oh my God, I'm having a blast. This is awesome. You're 100% right, in my opinion. Screw the 50%. No, I think that's exactly what happened. Was Patchface is like, I see you, and then it's like, fuck.
Yep. No, that was something I picked up on the last time I read through it too. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he sees a warg in that bird and scares the crap out of him.
Oh, god damn, that's so cool. I almost got chills. No, that got me.
Yeah.
Whoa, what if Patchface is a dead body that's being warged?
Very possible.
It could be that too.
100%
a cold hand
possible.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Cold Hands is a dead body being warged? I've never heard that.
Me neither.
A lot of people
Like
think
his
he's possibly
consciousness
warged
isn't
by
his?
Bloodraven.
Oh, that he is just a straight up corpse that's being reanimated
it's
via
possible, or
warging,
he's-
like powerful
yeah.
enough warging.
I would
It's
go
possible.
more for white, but again, if there's fire whites and there's ice whites, there's probably water whites too.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of people think that Patchface is a drowned god white, if you will. Which especially I want to say David Lightbringer. When you watch so many theory videos, you kind of forget who's who when it gets all jumbled up here. But I want to say it was David Lightbringer who a while ago did a bunch of Patchface stuff, but more tied him to Drowned God and more tied him to Iron Island. When in the text, he isn't. Like, there's no way he's tied to that in the text. But subtextually, yeah, he was literally drowned like their religion. He is a drowned man, like a drowned god. He is like or not the drowned god, but like damp hair, like
An agent.
Logos to Thrice. Yeah, like one of the drowned god priests. What are they just called? Drowned priests, I guess. But yeah, he did have the baptism of salt water like you do in the drowned god religion. But none of that's in the text, though. Like, he's not from the Iron Islands. He never goes to them.
I
So
wonder
yeah,
You're left to
Aeron,
assume
if
just
Aeron ever
because-
meets Patchface and learns his true story, I wonder if he would be like venerated in their religion.
probably. Yeah,
Probably,
Damp Hair would probably
yeah.
love him. Yeah.
George in
I
the
love
chat
Damp
was
Hair.
asking earlier if I thought that Patchface or that Damp Hair on some level was Patchfaced, like when he was drowned.
Oh yeah.
Like like probably on some level, right? Where they're both getting some visions from the drowned god because they have literally drowned.
Yeah.
But
Corn. I think it's the cool thing about specifically Aaron Damphair, which is the more I read, the more he's my favorite freaking Greyjoy POV. Like, I used to think Asha's my favorite and Damphair's my least favorite, and then Vic was up there, but now it's like, I don't know, man. I think Damphair might be my favorite because I guess it was, again, I wasn't sure how to read him, but
yeah.
if you stop
I
reading
read
him as
with
a
what you were
priest,
saying with Stannis, where he's like so fervent that he's comical.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
read him not as a wise person, but as a crazy person. Damphair makes so much more sense. Because I was trying to read him as a priest, like a thoughtful, and that's not what he is. He's like, you gotta kind of squint one eye when you read him and be a little nuts. And
he's got a bit of a messiah complex.
Oh, absolutely. He gets a vision to do the Kingsmoot. He straight up thinks the drowned god tells him that. He's just staring at the waves and he goes, okay. But he's not hearing that. No one's telling him. He's just sitting there.
I don't know if he even believes that the god told him that. I think he just
thinks
wanted
he
to
does.
try to stack the deck in the favor of King.
Well,
the king he wants.
absolutely. But I think that in the POV, it does sound like the god told him to do that. Like, or he thinks that. We don't see the drowned god by any means. But yeah, anyways, the point I'm trying to make is Patchface is pathetic. And I think him being drowned that long, maybe he does actually have real powers. Like, clearly he does.
Yeah.
But I don't think Damphair does. I think Damphair just crazy. I think his brains just have to. I think Damphair just has a lot of brain.
Damphair knows how to do CPR, and that's about it.
Right.
Yeah, and I think he just suffers from a lot of brain damage. I don't know. But I really do love Damphair.
He's good.
There you go. The color choose to become born again and get way too zealous about it. Yeah, no, that is definitely, he was like a party guy It's like you ever meet the and I'm not trying to talk crap about anyone in recovery, but the people who like were who are struggling addicts and get to recovery, and then like religion is their new god or addiction, their new addiction, and they get super into it. Like, yeah, no, that is kind of dark.
Kirsty has a good point about anemones and clownfish.
Born again may never die. That's so funny.
But like, I hadn't thought about that. Christy. The Finding Nemo lore there, but the clownfish Patchface being a clown or a fool does kind of also line up well. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, I never thought of that. A clownfish. Is that why one of his? That's why one of his flippers is shorter than the other. Oh no,
yeah, that's just lucky fin.
That's his lucky fin. That's why his dad sounds so much like God. If I had the actor's name, that joke would have worked. What did it leave me? The old stand-up comedian. How do I not have the
Goldthwait?
No, it's not Bobcat Goldthwait. I mean, I would watch that version of that movie. It's not Mel Brooks. Who's the name?
Albert Brooks. It says.
Oh, Albert Brooks. Yeah, Albert Brooks. He did stand up in the 70s and 80s. Albert Brooks. Bobcat. I would love to. Just Bobcat Goldthwait. Hi, is your daughter? Oh, ah. All right. Anyways, you know what else get to 80s stand up? Or 70s?
I haven't actually seen Finding Nemo.
Well, get Bobcat Goldthwait to redo all of the dad's lines. All right, so shadows come to stay, my lord. Stay, my lord. I go right to that, and I think that this maybe is just too easy, but that is definitely like, hey, the others are coming, right? Like,
yeah. And
that's 100%.
Mel, who's a shadow binder and has shadow babies, and then on the second level, I think it's the others who are also going to turn out to be shadows.
Yes,
maybe just
that
undead,
would be my analysis.
period.
Yeah,
like
shadows
Mel is the first thing you're supposed to notice, and then when the others are revealed to be shadows, it's going to go even harder in hindsight. I think that's the way it'll go. But yeah, I think the shadows coming to stay are the others coming back, and also, hey, there's this shaw binder who showed up.
That's Victorian, right? I'll pray to both these gods because then I'll be protected. God, and you know what? I know there's a lot of issues with the late seasons of the show, but leaving out the freaking Greyjoys, like, and only having Asha and getting your name wrong, but like, dude, they're so good. like the Greyjoy POVs are so good later on. Victorian just like goes and gets his claw hand and is like, murder that one. Like, oh my god, I love it.
The marriage to a was it a seal or a sea lion?
Seal, has Eric Ironmaker marry a seal as a stand-in for Asha. And I always think of like, and I know cameras and like wedding photos aren't a thing in this world because they don't have photography, but I want to see like the old man in a wheelchair, like smiling next to like a seal, like like the wedding photos, and maybe it has like a seaweed wig,
with like a Greyjoy coat,
whatever, and just a dumb
cloak,
a dumb seal, like, it's hilarious, man. Oh god, I love the Greyjoys. They're so good. Let's do it. Next time I put a Greyjoy on a poll, let's do a Greyjoy character. All right. Too much Stannis, because we did Stannis and now Patchface, so it's like we're hanging out with Stannis too much. So yeah, we're just gonna stay. The shadows come to stay, my lord, is gonna be the shadows, pretty much just a stand-in for magic and the undead.
Mel and the others, I think,
Mel and the others. Okay. Yeah. So under the sea, you fall up. Is that just because that was when Crescent fell on him and fall up as in floating? Do you think that one isn't prophetic? Because if any of these are not, I think that one's not.
This is another one that I think it definitely could just be the case that it's meant to imply he genuinely was conscious under the sea. And like
I feel like he's got prophecies loaded and ready to go, and he waits for them to be topical.
Well, that's 100% topical because he literally just fell down, right? Well, he just fell down, and then he's like,
I think even though that's the case. I think that he was basically waiting for the opportunity to say you fall up under the sea. So he was waiting for someone to fall over. So
Can somebody fall?
I think it's still prophetic.
I have a really good one and I don't want to waste it. So he just jumps into Cressen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it could just be like if it means in death as well, it could be like your spirit goes up or whatever, but like resurrection too, as Cindy points out, or Cindy,
under the sea.
I figured it was just once you were dead and bloated enough, you floated.
That's what I kind of take it as, is like he was genuinely conscious under the sea and saw things falling up.
Trying to say that Patchface is smelling like a rose that somebody gave him on his birthday deathbed because he's dead and bloated? If no one's getting Stone Temple Pilots references, you can leave. All right, guys, come on. I nailed it. One person's headbanging somewhere. Michael left. I am smelling like a rose. All right, you come on. You guys are worst.
Forgive me, it's early.
Yeah, well, all right, I forgive you. Everybody else, no. All right.
The chat gets it at least.
Did somebody in the chat get it?
Someone seems
yeah, no, exactly. Even typed it like he says it. Thank you guys. Yeah, no, well, that's not Vaseline. This is Dead and Bloated. Vaseline's the Vaseline we are. I'm a big STP guy. All right. So we think, oh God, get that down. Oops, I left it. There you go. So do we think just under the sea you fall up is not only topical because that's when he gets fallen on, but also that's how you resurrect, you fall up, and also you float up because bodies float once they get filled with gases.
Yeah,
so
this
just
one,
kind of all
one
of those.
I think it is topical because of falling, but like he is just genuinely giving a true statement about what it's like under the ocean, which is creepy enough, because I do think it's creepy to imply that he was actively like seeing things down there.
All right, I'm gonna answer George, and then I'm gonna get off of STP. I believe this is off the top of my head. Vaseline, I think, is on Purple, and Dead and Bloated, I believe, is on Core, which is the first album. So yeah, but that's all right. Enough STP. Sorry. Thank you for validating me, though. I like you more than anybody else. Done. So here we eat fish under the sea. The fish eat us. I know. Oh. That one doesn't seem pathetic.
That also just implies he was under the ocean and saw that happening.
But he didn't get eaten by any fish.
No, but
he was surrounded by corpses.
Yeah, right. All the other ones probably did.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me think of the
At
Titanic.
least one shark showed up in Shipbreaker Bay and ate somebody. He was protected by the mermaids who wanted to bone.
Who wanted to bang.
Well, not even a shark, man. Like the fish are
there
like
are plenty of fish that will eat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like grave worms, but in the water.
Or like when you ever watch those videos of whale corpses and how it's like
whale falls.
The whale falls. How not only once they float to the surface, animals or fish and flock to them to eat them, and then just the entire biome that goes around them once they're on the bottom of the ocean of all the animals. It's like in a whole society of like it's sick.
And then at the very end, like the bone worms show up, and it's like so cool.
I love nature. Why are
nature has a niche for literally everything.
God, I love the big empty that is the ocean.
Yeah. Big empty that isn't empty. That's what's cool about it, is you think it's empty and you're in there and you don't see anything, but there's so much in there. So cool.
Yeah.
It covers a lot more of the planet than the land.
Than not ocean.
Yeah.
When I grew up,
globe, like holy crap, the Pacific is huge, man.
It's huge, yeah. And nothing there but just speckles of a couple small islands that were also just huge cultures in these tiny little islands. It's so cool.
Right.
I love the world. Damn world. I grew up where I swam when I grew up. I grew up in Minnesota. And there's a small little iron ore pit. So where they once took out iron, like iron ore. And then they filled in these mines and these giant, huge pits with fresh water. And so they're just well water. It's like great places to swim because not only are they extremely deep, but they're extremely cold because they're extremely deep. But not only that, but the water is clear, and it's not like lakes where there's weeds and stuff. It's more like trees and grass, and some of them have buildings underneath them because they're just areas that used to have a town or whatever, and they just flooded them out.
Yeah, we have a flooded quarry nearby for the same people go swimming there all the time.
Essentially, pretty much the same thing. But yeah, then so I grew up swimming in those, and I will always remember, and I'll always think about the rush of once you're really like, it's not the same as a lake where, 20, 30, maybe 40, 50 feet deep, maybe. This is, 200, 300 feet deep. So you look down, you don't see anything, and then you sink and you feel like the ultimate cold abyss of the lake. And anyways, I love it. That's all I'm getting at. And that's what I just wanted to share the sensation of like looking down, thinking it's an infinite abyss. And my dad said he was scuba diving back when he scuba dived. It was definitely before I was born. He didn't do much, but he said he was scuba diving at the bottom of one, and he had the worst vertigo ever. And we could bring this back to looking into the seven hells if you want. But he said he had the worst vertigo, and he panicked. And a friend of him helped him up to the surface because they were down, had flashlights. They were down in blackness, like, the bottom of this really, really deep lake in scuba suits. And he said underneath him was like a opening to a cavern, like an old cave. And it was at the bottom. And he looked at it with just pure black. And he's like, oh! It's like, yeah, dude, I am now deep into the world. And then you look down and you see another infinite abyss underneath you. It's like, yeah, I think that would freak anybody out. Like, what's down there? And yeah, he just freaked out that his friend brought him to the surface. But yeah,
the first time I saw an IMAX
scuba things are so weird.
Yeah,
it was on the space shuttle, and it was a 3D IMAX. And when the shuttle was in orbit and looking down, I got vertigo. Like, you felt like you were miles in the air, and I was like,
okay. I specifically remember there's like this YouTube video I watched about like there's this one pass where like it just like the way the light shines through the pass, you think you're going to be able to like get through it easily, but it just actually takes you like deeper and deeper down, and people just get stuck there if they don't know what they're looking for, and like then you just can't get out of this like stone like thing, and a bunch of people die there. And it's just like never going scuba diving in the ocean. Not for me.
I guess the lake that he was scubaing way later, because I didn't know about this. This happened after I grew up and moved from that area. I don't live in that area anymore. Not that I'm telling you where I live, you crazy folk. But I guess that's one where they put the Jason Voorhees that is at the bottom of a lake. It's at that lake outside of that town because it's so deep down, and scuba divers go now to find the Jason Voorhees that's stuck down there, which is sick. And yeah, but don't free them. All those campers, man.
I remember reading there was somewhere where there was like an underwater like sculpture thing. It was like an underwater museum, basically.
Cool.
And like the local township removed it for like safety reasons because I guess they didn't want like amateurs scuba diving to it. But apparently the like city divers or government divers or whatever, they have a lower limit that they're allowed to dive to for safety. So the people who built it just moved it to a lower depth where they're not allowed to go, and now it's just there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So we're not thinking there's much to the fish. Here we fish, but down under the sea, the fish he does. There's probably nothing.
Yeah, I think that one's kind of more straightforward.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a wait and see attitude on that one.
Now, the most important one, under the sea, no one wears hats.
This is clearly a reference to the television show where they wouldn't wear helmets so you could see their faces, even in the far north.
Oh.
But if this had come out in like Dance with Dragons or Winds of Winter, I would think maybe he was joking about how no one would wear helmets in the show. But no,
no, that's way before that. So
no, I don't know.
This is still the prologue. I found the exact line. So it's when Cressen has the helmet on him, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Patch's helm. Yeah. So Lady Celie says, Patch's helm suits you well, old man. Put it on again. And then Patchface just says, under the sea, no one wears hats. I know. Oh. What?
Like, I don't.
Yeah, no, that's general insanity. Let's be real.
And then, that's when Stannis lowers his eyes and says, my lady wife commands, give Crescent your helm. Oh, never mind. So he sticks with it for a minute.
Yeah.
So Stannis is okay with making fun of him. Yeah, and then he goes, you take it too far, woman. Yeah. He's an old man, he's served me well. Yeah, you go too far. So that's when she tells him to sing his counsel. And he's like, all right, stop. Yeah. I think Stannis might think he's like having fun, like, because he's not really good at fun or joking.
In Cressen's head, Cressen is very confused by Stannis mocking him at all. He's like, this isn't your way. And that's what's kind of the hint of like he's trying to like get him to go away. And do this, I think. Like, I think that's what it's all pointing to. And then with that one, he's just like, okay, you're going too far. That's not going to like help. Telling him to sing isn't going to like get him to leave and not off himself trying to kill Mel. Like,
that's probably what it is
I think Stannis' mocking is with
trying to push him like go.
Do you think Davos ultimately killed him by offering him a seat?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, like Davos wasn't in on the plan. He's just like, nah, he can.
No, you don't get
like
Davos in on plans.
If no one had offered him a seat.
Yeah. Right.
Where does Davos rank on the best hands? Like best hand with
he's only got one and a half.
He's too high.
Half hand king. I don't know.
I'm not a big hand guy. I don't know who's got the most attractive hands, but without the fingertips, I don't think he's very high on the list.
Excuse me, Russell, but I believe I heard cuts. Never mind. I can't finish that Wayne's World reference. Okay, no. As far as hands of the king go, do you think Davos is up there on one of the better ones?
Absolutely.
You do? Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Now, whether in the position that he's in.
Yes. Yeah, you're not really. They're not at port. Like they're not
Stannis,
doing.
Yeah, like I can't see Davos doing what Tywin did for 20 years.
Yeah, he's a wartime Dom.
Yeah.
yeah. He's a wartime consigliere. Like, he helps during war, but once we're in peacetime, he's like he's not. What's it? Tom. Well, I can't remember Godfather characters right now. But he's not a good underboss. Tom Hagen. Yeah, Tom Hagen's not a good wartime underboss. Thank you.
Yeah, because he's not Sicilian.
Yeah, because he's not Sicilian. He's Irish. Ugh. I'm kidding. Joking. Jeez.
Cindy points out Patchface is like Cassandra from Greek mythology, having all the answers, but no one believes him. And this reminds me of a quick story. When I was in high school, we had like a.
Well, he does do one secret scheme. Sorry, keep going. He does get rid of Edric Storm. Keep going.
We had an English thing where we had to perform a play as like a group, and we would get extra credit points if we wrote the play ourselves. So I'm just like, okay, I got this, guys. And I wrote this play for us. And it was The Quest for Gertrude the Goat. And we had this girl in our group who was the valedictorian, super smart and all this stuff. So I made her character called Slave Wench. I was the king. She was the slave wench. And it was me and this other guy trying to find the goat. And the entire time, she just knew where the goat was and had all the answers. And every time she would try to talk, we're just like, shut up, slave wench. Men are talking.
Yeah.
And like the whole joke was just like,
you guys are idiots.
We were two dumb misogynists and wouldn't listen to the person who had all the answers because she was a girl. And
yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's a little on the nose.
The same bit.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. No, it was, we were 16, so we were not the most subtle about it.
I mean,
but I'm proud of how well that joke holds up.
And I think that holds up.
Yeah,
better than
the valedictorian be like the girl who no one listens to because she's a girl, but is actually the really only smart character in the whole play. Like,
I mean, I'm sure if half of the things I wrote in high school during drama class came out, I wouldn't be allowed to have a YouTube channel anymore.
Am I the only person here who wasn't in drama club?
You weren't in drama? That is weird.
No,
I wasn't in
not
drama, but I did
not
have a couple
because
parent-teacher meetings about short stories I wrote.
No, the thing is, I would have gone to drama, but I had already other extracurriculars that conflicted with it, like
Yeah.
basketball.
No, this was like for English class. I wasn't in any drama stuff. I was in
drama
sports and shenanigans.
You were in
I wasn't in the
sports?
music. Yeah, I was.
Yes,
I was quarterback.
Sports.
Me too. I wasn't. I don't want to get it.
I played for my high school basketball team.
I was a basketball, track and field nerd.
Yeah, I wasn't in any of those. I was in theater, and I had a writing club, which I wrote short stories for, which was really fun.
We
So,
didn't have
claimed
one
that I did.
What I had was a composition club and a music production, like elective.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, we can get to the second side.
Yeah.
We're doing good. Patchface's songs and sayings part 2. So yeah, there is less on this one. I wanted to keep the prologues all in one, but there were way more. So yeah, so this is in Clash. Davos 1 in Clash. Under the sea, smoke rises and bubbles, and flames burn green and blue and black. I know. Oh. He's talking about underwater welding. Moving on.
No, I think this actually might be Blackwater foreshadowing.
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Flames burn green.
Yep, and then black
That's
with
what
the
I take from
Blackwater.
And
Yeah.
smoke and the flames in the water. Yeah, that's.
When they say green, are they referring to Renly's armor?
No, I think the green of
wildfire.
wildfire.
Ah, that
And
would make
blue
more
for
sense.
I mean, but
water,
maybe
black
like
for
because there is
Blackwater.
the ghost of Renly does show up at the Blackwater.
I mean,
But-
it could
And he wears
be,
green armor, right?
Yep,
I'm
yep.
thinking of the
That's,
right one. Okay.
Yeah, that's when Garland wears Renly's deep green forest green.
yeah,
armor.
because when this came up for my A Song of Ice and Fire tournament, which I'm doing a jousting tournament right now, and Rhaegar lost to Ryan Redwine, which blew my mind. But anyways, because it's jousting. But anyways, no. No one ever brings up when they talk about the skills of Garland Tyrell. No one talks about when he killed. It was, I think, a Gaiard Morgan. Yeah, Gaiard Morgan on the Blackwater. Because it's like, yeah, but we don't actually ever see him fight. And it's like, yeah, as the ghost of Renly.
Yeah.
And Gaiard Morgan's not a pushover. He's part of the Rainbow Guard. He's a Morgan. And by the way, the Morgans are like low-key, top-tier house. Like, they're just hidden in the background, but they're awesome.
And you got to be top tier to get to be Renly's ghost, because, like, could you imagine if that guy dies fighting? Like, how bad does that look if Renly's freaking ghost gets killed?
Yeah,
You
like,
pick,
they
like,
gotta
a real
give it-
good fighter.
Yeah, you got to give it to a Garland Tyrell. Imagine if they're like, all right, and I'm trying
First
to
arrow just
Kyle-
right through
Kyle
the slit in
Hunt.
the armor.
Kyle Hunt get into the Renly stuff, and then he just dies immediately.
on the first charge, Renly's ghost just gets taken out. Everyone freaks out.
Somebody else put it on.
Yeah.
the funny
I mean,
thing
that's just a
is-
risky plan.
The funny thing is, we don't see necessarily all the Battle of the Blackwater from a POV, so we don't actually see Garland as the ghost. I don't think
No, we just hear about it. Yeah.
we maybe we see him from afar at most, but like not really. But then we're also
can't
told, I
remember.
think, about the same, like also in Storm, that Garland is also like the guy
Training
who
with-
turns against multiple opponents.
That's the thing that gets brought up the most for the tournament is that when he's training against a lot of people, and when Loras specifically says, "I'm a better lance and he's a better sword." So that's like those two things get brought up the most, but not ever him being Renly's ghost, which I was just saying is cool. But yeah, no, this one's a pretty cut and dry Blackwater, and then the next one is the other one that is extremely cut and dry. Fool's blood, king's blood, blood on the maiden's thigh, and chains for the guests and chains for the bridegroom. I. And that one he didn't even end. I know. Oh. That's an I.
Yeah.
What? Like the
You gotta
animal
rhyme.
I.
You gotta rhyme however you can.
Well, he doesn't ever end O with the like. He doesn't. He just throws.
Yeah.
He throws I know O, which rhymes together at the end of something that doesn't rhyme. He's not a good songwriter.
He's got
Well,
his
he
little
is
tricks.
supposed
He's
to be
just
mad.
over reliant on one of them.
he is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, here I can say this.
Crazy helps you write lyrics immensely. I don't understand how to write lyrics, and I wrote an album worth of lyrics. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I will ever write another song again because they will just pop into your head randomly. Like that's
that's funny.
Like it doesn't make sense where songs come from.
I did a petition. I asked Brad Pitt if he could tell me what he thought about Patchface's mental state. So I'm going to go to that clip that he sent me right now.
He's a nutbag.
he's a
Thank
nutbag. There you go. Thank you. And then I got this one.
Because if the fucker's got a library card doesn't make him Yoda.
Just because it's like the best line in 7 or one of them. God, 7's so good. I would wasn't like on any streaming services, and then I think it was Peacock. And I went there for something completely different. And I went down, I saw newly added 7, and I went, oh, oh there it is.
I always get it confused with lucky number 7.
Wow. Just because of the title, like nothing else.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, they're also like gratuitously violent movies. Both.
Yeah. Lucky number 7's pretty gratuitous. Yeah, but that's like fun. And 7 is not fun. like and that's what I like about it. I didn't know, and then we can stop talking about 7. I'm telling that to myself, but I always thought the special effects in 7 were so good, and I never made the connection that it's Rob Bottin, the guy who did my favorite special effects of all time, which is John Carpenter's The Thing. So it's like, oh yeah, the guy who made The Thing is the guy who made the sloth kill in 7. And it's like, yeah, no crap, like that effect's so good. Anyways, I'll shut up. All right.
We should like do an Escape from New York watch parties.
If you just want to do an entire live stream where we talk about John Carpenter movies.
No, not talking about it, watching it.
Just watch it? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I love watching Escape from New York with other people. I don't know why.
That one is for sure the Red Wedding. Yeah, I moved right on from that because we talked about it earlier. But yeah. Wrong one. Fool's Blood, King's Blood, Blood on the Maiden's Thigh. If you guys weren't here when we talked about that earlier, Fool's Blood as in the death of Aegon, Frey, Jingle Bell, and then King's Blood as in the death of Robb, and then Blood on the Maiden's Thigh because Rosalind Frey is losing her maidenhood at that exact time when this is all going on, and then Chains for the Guest because people get locked up, and then Chains for the Bridegroom because what's his name? Edmure Tully gets locked up. I. And then he's talking about his favorite mammal, the I.
Very classist of Patchface to care more about the Fool's Blood than the King's Blood and mention that first. I mean, he sticks up for his own, right?
Yeah, he ain't no class traitor.
Yeah, no, I'm
exactly.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
He's part of the working class. What's more working class than Patchface? He's the working class hero. Yeah. He was a slave, and then he was a court jester. I mean, that's
every working class person who dreams of becoming a crazy prophetic monstrosity.
Literally what this channel is. I don't know if you... I am literally Patchface. I am a dancing fool. And I never learned to read.
I never learned to read.
Sorry. Is that true? Yeah, everything except the reading part. So then under the sea, the old fish eat the young fish. I know. Oh. That's weird because you would think the young fish eat the old. But it's the old fish eat the young fish. I don't think this is ravings. I think this is something. I just don't know what.
That is a thing under the ocean, right? Like if you're old and big, you've survived long enough to be less likely to get eaten, whereas young fish have like a 1% survival rate.
Yeah, okay.
They have like a billion babies and most of them get eaten. But here's what I think this is I think this is the fact that old ancient green seers feed off the blood of sacrificed people and many times babies that are fed to weirwoods and tossed down wells, right? That's what I took from this is like there's a class of old people tied into tree roots that are feeding off of the blood of the living.
Yeah.
So it's also just straight up what happens under the sea, but like if it is anything, that's what I've always
but your Michael talks about stuff, so you just immediately hear green seers.
No, you're right. Like
I'm sorry, not to call you
don't
out.
exist. For other people, the green seers aren't in the books. That's only my copy of the books that has the old people under the
Yeah, but dude, I could bring up a line about like a food description, and you're gonna be like, "Well, it's really about green seers." I'm kidding. Jeez, take a joke. Only in my copy. God, you got so bitter there. Just because you're.
I was yes-anding your joke, Taco.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you won it. Yeah, but you made me feel bad. you took the ball, but you elbowed me after.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. Yeah. All right, yeah. Improv's about taking the ball. Yeah, but every once in a while you got to check it into the other guy's face.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. All right, we're fair. This is all good. Yeah. So there's definitely could be a green. I could see your green seer thing. I'm trying to think of like, is it thematically about how the older characters keep surviving and the young characters keep dying? Maybe
it could be that too. I mean, if it's,
I'm just spitballing here.
If it's more, it could be Frey pies. The old
literally the old fish eating the young fish. Yeah. Oops. All right. What is this? Davos. This isn't Storm. Right? Yeah. So
that's pre-Frey pie.
Old, but that it's usually the earlier in said book, right? Not always, but like Blood in the Maiden's Thigh was early in Storm, but sometimes like there's some that are like 3 books ahead. Like, oh, holy crap, he was ready.
Yeah, no, there are definitely like the Red Wedding is among the most foreshadowed things.
Yeah, that's foreshadowed in book 1. Yeah.
To answer George's last question here in chat, is the Drowned God just a green seer who's underwater? I talked about that with Taco earlier.
Think that. Yep, you
and
literally.
I think it might literally be that. Yeah, there's like a green seer, possibly in the roots of the trees that were used to build the wall, who's just now underwater because that whole thing's been flooded. And if the Ironborn are like an old ways culture that migrated out of there when like the wall was built and the Starks all took over, they could literally worship the green seer from wherever they came from, who is now underwater and therefore a drowned god. Like it might literally be that, a drowned green seer.
Oh, the old fish eating. Thank you, Craster's baby sacrifices. I didn't even think about that one. Cindy's awesome. And also, I could see maybe a fallen connection. I do like the idea of the fallen children, blood ravens, like failed peoples, but I don't see how that's the old fish eating them. It's the young fish just dying, right? The young fish trying to fly and not being able to make it, and then thematically falling onto the spikes below. But I don't know if I can quite connect it to that, just because I don't know how that's the old fish eating the young fish and more of just the young fish not learning how to fly. Like
that's why I think it's got to be like the blood going into the trees to feed people like blood raven.
Like blood raven. Yeah, like
that is literally
like sacrifices. Yep. The babies down the well are the young fish being sacrificed for not even the old fish, but the old fish. The old god fish.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I like that. Let's actually read the actual. Let's put it into perspective. So, this is when Davos is coming up. He's coming up the steps. He heard the stop jingle. So, narrowing the sea. This is when Davos is walking up to go speak to Pylos, and this is when Patchface is outside the lessons. That's when he says this. So,
okay.
Yep. So a dozen bells rang, which anytime he moved, which was constantly since the fools tell him stood, he jingled and janged. Small water Pylos exiled him from the lessons. So there is nothing that pushes him to say this. Davos does not talk to him. He's just walking by him, and then Patchface just says, "To see old fish eat the young fish." Like isn't it in reference on some level to the young girl teaching the old man to read or something? Doesn't he make some joke about that prior? And then yep. Davos says to him, up here the young fish teach the old fish. So Davos is talking directly to Patchface.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then maybe, any type of blood sacrificing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is another one.
I think you could literally make any type of blood sacrifice. Also, the rat cook, I could see. That is definitely the old fish, because he's eating his young, right? The rat cook is.
Yeah,
he's perceived as young.
Oh, yeah, Patchface just knows about the rat cook. That could be an interesting read on that, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think of the rat cook. That's actually a really good one. Christy, turns out pretty good. Or yeah. Yeah, all right. I never made the connection to it being Davos learning how to read, which that's pretty cool. At least that's how Davos reads it. He's like, he's teaching me how to read, and Patchface's like, not what I'm talking about, old man, but all right.
Yeah.
All right. And then now we're up to dance, and we're on Jon chapters. So boom.
Yeah.
Skip a lot. In the dark, the dead are dancing. I know. Oh. The fact Jon doesn't just stab him right there.
Yeah, no, that is long night foreshadowing.
That's
100,000,000,000%.
Yeah, that's some ballsy shit to just say in front of Jon Snow.
No, that is just if I were to hear that, if I were Jon, I would have just stopped everything I was doing right there.
You just stab him.
Look at him with big eyes before being like, yo, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah, just be like, how do you know? Like, don't make them.
Elise, I know this fool is like your daughter's entertainment and all that, but I think he's dangerous.
How did you know about the others?
And it works.
Not only that, but in the dark, as in the knives in the dark too. So there's that also. Because that's could be foreshadowing to that. So the context here actually is really interesting. So 1-1 is the guest at the Night's Watch, as you are. Jon is explaining to them. So this is right when 1-1 jumps up right in front of Queen Salisa's court, right when they make it to Castle Black. So the queen did not like that answer, nor did her knight, Sir Axel, grimaced in disgust. Sir Bruce gave a nervous twitter. Sir Narbert said, I am told the giants are dead. And then almost all Ygritte wept for them. Yeah, Jon the romantic. And then, so they're talking about, I thought all the giants were dead. And then that's when Patchface goes, in the dark, the dead are dancing. And then he shuffled his feet in a grotesque dance and said, I know. Oh. So it's literally in connection to the giants or the old ways or the old gods, or if you will, the old men, first men being dead. I thought all that old stuff is dead. Yeah, and in the dark, the dead are dancing.
He's just saying, oh, hey, they're maybe dead, but they're still dancing. They're still moving. The whites are there. He just knows about the whites. Yeah,
Patchface isn't saying, no, giants are alive. It's like, they may be dead, but they're doing the two-step over there.
Right.
Waiting. But specifically, he didn't say under the sea. He said in the dark.
Yeah.
That's new and scary.
Yeah. Sounds like long night talk.
Definitely. And I think putting that to knives in the dark, because I think at this point Mel has already warned Jon about knives in the dark. I think so.
Yeah, possibly. What Jon chapter is that?
This would be I have it right here. Jon 9.
Yeah, so she's, I think, either in that chapter or right.
I think before this.
It might be before.
If I type in knives in the dark,
daggers in the dark.
Daggers, thank you. I slowly became
literally Jon 1. Oh, Jon 1 dance. Yeah. And then again in Jon 5, and then again in Jon.
So it's in our head at this point.
Yeah.
Totally. I don't know. I think it's both. I think it's definitely, hey, the dead are alive, and also the in the dark. I think that it's I don't know. It's crazy that he said in the dark, because he if we're only going the dead are still alive and they're dancing, he could have said under the sea.
Right.
Like that's already we already use under the sea as a as symbolism for in death, right?
Yeah.
This is the only time he goes in the dark. I don't know. I think that absolutely has something to do with For the Watch. But
yeah, good for sure.
I don't know. Am I way off?
I read it as like Long Night or just north of the wall. It's crazy dark and the dead are out there dancing. I mean, I read it as the whites, but
I think Patchface can see in the dark.
Maybe.
And he just sees them dancing. Like those
no one
dancing
can
skeletons.
see. But that's some
Spooky,
dead
scary
things over there.
skeletons.
I do have something for dancing. I do got a clip here. I love the idea of just like everyone hating you and you're like, just trying to save it. That's me at the end of the stream. Where I'm just, hey, people like us. All right, yeah, no. Dude, I said 100 times before we went going like, oh, most of them are gibberish, but we've almost got almost all of them. Like, I feel like I don't think a lot of them are. All right, so yeah, this one's just hilarious. When one reaches, the giant reaches out to him and just goes, oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no.
Yeah. That one pretty straightforward, yeah.
That's just
he does not want to be grabbed by a giant.
That's just George being fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I think my favorite thing about these books is screw genre. Like, you know, the scary bits are some of the best horror I've ever read. The funny bits are some of the best comedy I've ever read. Like, it's got it all. Not to just constantly jerk off our out there, but I'm just saying. Patchface's Songs and Sayings Part 3. So yeah, we only got this one left. So under the sea, the mermen feast on starfish soup, and all the serving men are crabs. I know. Oh. Now that one's a little. Can anyone get this one?
I don't have anything. The problem is, well, there are definitely crabs in the story running around. The starfish is the issue. Because there's like exactly one house that has starfish.
Yeah, there's only one
on their sigil, and it's
Can you pull it?
random glub shitto from the Vale, Rothermont or Donegal.
Yeah, is it Rothermont? Yeah. And which is
it's
just
one of them random glub shittos.
I can't believe you pulled that. Fucking.
I was like
so good.
Rothermont, Donegal.
Yeah, it is. It's House Rothermont. You fucking killed it. It's the only. I think that's the only one with starfish.
In A Feast for Crows, the drowned man, a starfish-shaped table is mentioned. The Grey King's warriors had feasted on the bounty of the sea at a table in the shape of a great starfish, while seated upon thrones carved from mother of pearl.
God, that just sounds like something Patchface would say too. And this is in Drowned Man, so this is Aaron Greyjoy just talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Inside his head, yeah.
This is not him talking in his head. This is, I would argue, this is just religious doctrine for the Drowned God religion as to how the afterlife looks.
Yeah.
And also,
such a good
this
chapter.
one this is the one that's made me think other times, like, we have to remember there are 2 more books worth of events that he could be singing about. That this could mean something after the next
also,
book,
yeah,
you know.
would he? Yep, no, you're completely right on that one. And also, this is Drowned Man is the Kingsmoot chapter. Thank you, me, because I didn't realize that right away. But also, it's the book before, which you normally Patchface. At least every time we've noticed Patchface bringing something up, it's the book.
Yeah.
Later that book.
This one is really late. So
the Manderleys have starfish painted on the floor of their hall. Their hall.
Definitely.
It could be that, like, the Manderleys feeding the other phrase could be what it's referencing, but like it doesn't quite work.
I think we're
Like, it doesn't
getting
fully work, but that's
under
the
the
closest
sea.
thing I've ever thought. Like,
So we can also, I think him choosing what type of myrrh is very interesting. So we want to go all the way back. The one that we believe the myrrh wives wear knitting moons in their hair. We think that's talking about Sansa, but he specifically doesn't say mermaid, which Sansa is a maid. She's like the
she
maid.
is married to Tyrion at that point. So okay, all right.
All right.
Are the Myr the
but
Lannisters?
But she's still a
Let's
maid.
follow this line of logic. Are the Myr the Lannisters? Because she's a Lannister's wife at that point.
So here Lannister's men, which you could say phrase are Lannister men, feast on starship soup. Well, the serving men are all crabs. I don't know.
Like I said, I think this one might be something for the next book. Like that's the vibe I've always.
This might be foreshadowing for later. It might just be random gibberish.
I feel like this is just a reference to crabs eating dead bodies.
Yeah, this is a reference to Nimble Dick Crab still being alive. By the way,
Nimble Dick coming back.
Thanks, Tormund. Yeah, sure. Shira Sea Star is like the only other starfish.
Yeah, that could be.
A character named Patrick. Yeah, Patrick of King's Mountain. Yeah, not Patrick. With an E.
To be fair about Patrick of King's Mountain, again, let's keep in mind
that he's
one is that's just a football reference, guys.
Okay,
yeah, it's an inciting incident.
It's not just a football reference.
Yeah, but it's essentially Phil Simms.
It
is the Giants quarterback that won the Super Bowl.
Absolutely,
the numbers 11, 1 on his back,
beating up
destroying a Cowboys fan.
And not that and I know what you're saying, and I know that you're not dismissing, but like dismissing probably the most important thing that's ever happened to John, and probably like the top 3 most important incidences in all of the books. As it's just a football reference. No, it's also a football reference.
No,
but it's not just.
No, I'm talking specifically about
Patrick of King's Mountain.
Yeah, I'm talking about Patrick. No, I'm not talking about the whole daggers for John thing. I'm talking.
That is also why, like, I don't believe any theory that claims like that wasn't actually Sir Patrick getting smashed, because it's like
that would have
ruined
it's
is this the joke?
Getting roasted for the fucking Giants winning against the Patriots.
Was SpongeBob out yet? Because maybe Patrick is the starfish.
I mean,
maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, SpongeBob would have been out. This is Dance, where Dance came out in 2011.
That is hilarious to imagine George watching SpongeBob.
Yeah,
that's just it's a plea.
He did Sesame Street, bro.
Did he do Sesame Street?
Hell but that
was but Sesame Street is significantly older than SpongeBob.
Yeah, that was like a thing that was like
it's in the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched.
Keep in mind, right? George was big and worked in Hollywood on TV in the 80s.
In the 80s, he was a TV writer first.
All right, so SpongeBob premiered.
I am live, and I'm alive. I'm
in 1999.
Yeah, SpongeBob came out. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could be referenced, but I'm just more.
Mer Lannister.
How funny that would be to see George just watching SpongeBob on TV.
If he said something about a roundhouse having square corners inside of it, then it would definitely be a SpongeBob reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he ever said, "Ooh," sorry, I just mastered my captain at the beginning, and I can't talk about SpongeBob without throwing.
That is entirely fair.
Have you heard the theory? Because SpongeBob takes place in Bikini Bottom. And Bikini Atoll was a nuclear testing ground.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
So the idea is that they're like mutated creatures.
I thought you were going to go somewhere. I thought you were going to go somewhere radioactive.
No, it's a very well known SpongeBob theory.
It's pretty well known, SpongeBob. You're like Kermit drinking your tea. After that.
Taco isn't up to date on his
What do you
SpongeBob.
mean?
I bet he hasn't. I bet he hasn't even watched Alex Bale.
I have a half-empty bottle of sangria, and it's the second one.
Are you actually drinking sangria right now?
Yeah. What did you think? I'm sorry. I have to be awake at 6 a.m. I'm gonna start off my day with a sangria. What holiday?
I had a frappuccino, and I've been slowly eating because I want to savor them. Chocolate Hello Pandas.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, my daughter loves them, and you can get a giant box of them at Costco. My wife goes to Costco sometimes.
I will refrain on my opinions on American chocolate and move on.
It's okay. I agree with you. I still eat it.
Fair.
I mean,
Entirely
McDonald's sucks too, but inhale a
With
Big Mac
tariffs these
every once
days,
in a
what are you going to do? Import your chocolate? No way.
while. No way.
Well, sucks to suck.
Let's not
does.
do
It really
political
does.
talk.
Does chocolate grow in this country?
No.
Hawaii, maybe,
Okay.
but I don't think they grow it.
No. All right, moving on.
We
I
just
make sugar.
manufacture it in Hershey. That's where chocolate comes from.
Really?
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been to that. I've been to Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Chocolate Town.
Oh, I've been to Hershey Park a few
I have
times.
too.
Yeah.
All right, let's
I've been
go
there
on.
once.
Where are we at? Wait, we only did the first one. Yeah, so we got nothing really for Feast on Starship Soup or Starfish Soup, Starship Soup.
I would
Oh my
bet
God.
future book foreshadowing or
Oh, okay.
events.
All right, and then
I think it means that Dick Crab is going
Alive.
to eat some manderleys.
okay, wait. Nimble Dick Crab is going to show up in the next John chapter or the next chapter at the wall, and then eat Patrick of King's Mountain because he's a starfish. Got it.
There you go.
Wait, no, the mermen eat him. No. Oh my God. I don't know. Moving on.
It's all right.
It means the Squishers got Nimble Dick. The second they left, they dug up his grave and ate him. There you go.
Oh no.
I'm gonna be real.
Damn
This
squishers.
is the perfect moment to insert the Monty Python's "Get on with it" gag.
Now for something completely different.
Is a squisher is related to a drowner, right?
No, what?
What?
Are they?
What's a drowner?
Oh, I thought we were talking Witcher lore.
No, we're not. This is a Song of
No.
Ice and Fire.
There are actual squishers in A Song of Ice and Fire lore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
didn't know
that's
that.
what.
Yeah,
they
Nibble
come
Dick
out-
Crab talks about him.
They
Watch my
come
Nibble
out of
Dick
the
Crab
ocean
video.
and abduct women.
Yep. And mate with
Okay.
them. They got fish belly white bellies.
Oh,
I
so that is
learned
different than a
something
drowner.
that is Squisher adjacent. I learned a piece of folklore. There's these things called Selkies, which are like Celtic folklore.
Yep, which
That
they bring up
they're-
in here too.
There would be women who would show up, and the idea was that they took off their seal skin and turned into a woman. And if you
Wow.
can take the seal skin from the woman, then she has to marry you. But if she gets her seal skin back, she'll leave and go back to the sea. But the reality of the myth is probably that there were like Inuit fishermen in sealskin boats that would occasionally drift that far over.
Oh,
And
wow.
if you take this, so they find this woman or man occasionally with a sealskin, and if you take it from them, they literally can't leave. So if they get the sealskin back, they go home. So this legend was probably just about abducting lost fishermen in sealskin canoes.
Oh no.
And
Inuit
if
ladies
they ever
getting stuck in
Yeah, and
Norway.
if they ever get the sealskin back, they leave. But then the myth is like, oh, they must have literally been seals and put the sealskin back on and went back to the ocean. It's like, yeah.
This sounds so much like that I don't even know what you'd call it. I guess maybe a nursery tale.
Yeah, it's
But about like the brothers that got turned into geese and their sister had to like make coats for them out of flax and like put these coats on them to turn them back into humans or something.
All right.
I would
weird.
call
Oh, yeah.
those fairy tales.
Biter being a
Fairy
squisher is one of my favorite ever. That he is one
Yeah,
of, like,
funny.
and I don't know if I buy that he is actually the race, the species, a monster, the squisher, but like symbolism. He's giant. He's white. He's fish belly white. He literally squishes people and then eats them. Like, yeah,
He is also round and squishy. So.
yeah. He's like, Either he is one of the whatever the species of monster the Squishers is, but I only say this half-heartedly. But the other half is I do really like the idea that Nibbledick Crab is just a bigot and he just treats all sister men because they have the web fingers like Godric Burrell, people from the sisters, and that when they come over to Crackclaw Point or to the Crownlands, that he's just like, oh, they'll abduct women. Like he's just being a bigot to sistermen. I think that actually has something going on to it because it just seems like, you know, any of your backwards, uneducated, rural guys who are like, oh, you know, the blah, blah, blah. And it's like, they're not monsters. Those are just people from Detroit. Look what he's talking about.
The other theory I've heard is that it's just talking about Iron Men in like some costume, and then they make a squishing sound running out of the water to like abduct salt wives and then take them back. So the legend has spread that there are these squishers who abduct women because the squishy sounds, and there are straight up raiders who abduct women. So
like the sound my shoe makes when it's full of water.
Exactly. You're right. And also Biter never talks, but I thought they state that he doesn't have a tongue. But yeah.
He does have a tongue.
Oh, he does?
He licks Brienne before he bites her face.
Does he? Oh my god, I don't want to go back and look. Don't make me read like the
I'm pretty sure he shows he like sticks his tongue out at Arya as well.
Oh. Yeah, and it's
okay, so he does have a tongue.
Possibly long and lizard-like.
Okay, so he's a squisher. All right, I agree. Alan, you win. Probably is actually a monster. Biter is a monster, regardless of whether he's a monster or not. Maybe that's the point, is that he doesn't actually have to be a actual monster to be a monster. Not to just randomly talk about Stephen King, but I've been reading Stephen King lately. Well, I've been reading Bachman, which is Stephen King, but a not Bachman book, but Cycle of the Werewolf. I was rereading that, and it's something I can bring it back to Squishers is the point I'm trying to make. But the idea behind Cycle of the Werewolf is he's using treating a werewolf like a serial killer, right? Like it's somebody among you in your in the town who is becoming a werewolf. He's actually a monster, the monster among us. It's pushing the serial killer rise in the 60s and 70s, but he's putting it onto a werewolf. And something that I'd always bugged me and something I would always wanted to flip, like if I ever wrote a Stephen King-esque novel where the main characters are boys and they're 12 and 13-year-olds, and it's full of pop culture from whatever decade they take place in. And I would make they think it's a werewolf, but really the monster is a person, that people are actually monsters, and werewolves don't need to exist for you to fear, evil cannibals, because actually they are real. Like serial killers are real. We don't actually need monsters for there to be monsters. And maybe that's what he's getting at with Biter, is maybe Biter's not a squisher. Maybe Biter is just a human. And that's what makes him scary, is that he's not actually a monster. He is somebody who could have gone just as, have just as much sentience as us and become a passionate person and a compassionate person. And no, he actually just became a cannibal who eats people's faces. And that's what makes him scary. Sorry, that was a really, 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 really long-winded saying what makes Biter scary is that he isn't a squisher. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Sorry. I'm going to eat one of my pandas.
That tracks. I mean, yeah. I do think it is in a way a lot scarier if
Dick grabs a serial killer?
He's suggesting that Dick lured them to the Weirwood to feed blood to. Like he's upkeeping the Weirwood at the Whispers by tricking people into going there and dying.
Bro, I love that. I've never even thought of that. That Nibble Dick was actually going to kill Brienne. Oh wow.
I mean, he did send a bunch of people there knowing that no one was coming to pick them up. So
yeah, because he's an asshole, not because he's a because he's a prick.
Right. It is different, yeah.
Well, it's because it paid well.
Yeah. Putting together a nerd email. All right.
Probably emailing the interesting nerd club of the theory.
Yeah, there you go.
Imagine what that's for, or what he's saying there.
Yeah.
Tell Zach and Tom we say hi if you end up doing that.
Yeah, Zach didn't end up showing up. Tom was busy. He said he might show up late, but I feel like we're holding it down. Maybe 4 is the magic number. We're doing great.
I was gonna say, like, when it does get to like 6 or 7 people, it is a bit much sometimes.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Only because the guy who runs it always has to fucking talk and never shuts up.
I mean, if you're, I'm gonna be real, Taco. If you're a YouTuber that that knows how to shut up, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You're
a YouTuber that does shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
That was my EOS guy pointing at myself. I was trying to make Rust happy.
Anyway, trying to be mature and drag us onto the right track. Patchface.
Yeah, Patchface. The crow, under the sea, crows are white as snow. I know. Oh. Is that just referencing how he once saw a white crow? Let's find out.
No, I think this is foreshadowing for winter. Keep in mind, by John 11, winter isn't officially here. It's still autumn.
Yeah, barely, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and it could also definitely be like crows dying, becoming whites. And if Jon Snow comes back with white hair, as some people speculate, anime Jon resurrection, then I don't know. There's many things this can mean, but it's probably having to do with crows dying and becoming whites.
I know. Maybe. Well, I was just saying because he literally saw a white crow.
Yeah, no, it could be that too.
That chapter. Or no, not that chapter. I mean, his first chapter. But yeah, right. The crow, under the sea, crows are white as. I really want this to show up, but I couldn't get it.
Or it could just be a reference to Jon, because he's being called a crow a lot, and then he's a snow. So
and then he's gonna be white.
As snow.
He's also gonna be a white later on.
Yeah.
Yep. Now we're not in Patchface's head, so he could be saying whichever version of white, right? He could be saying a white like the whites.
Yeah, well, he's not writing it down. All right, I found it. Jon had suspected the direwolf made Queen Selyse anxious almost as much as one dar or 1-1, and then he says ghost stay. So it's right after they're talking about ghost. Mm-hmm. So they found her grace sewing by the fire whilst her fool danced about to music only he could hear. The cowbells on his antlers clanging. The crow, Patchface cried when he saw Jon. So he's literally calling Jon the crow. Under the sea, crows are white as snow. I know. Oh. Princess Shireen was curled up in the window seat, her hood drawn to hide the worst of her grayscale. Yeah. So, yeah, he is literally saying that to Jon when he comes in. He goes, the crow! So, it might be a reference to you're gonna either his name is Jon Snow. So, yeah, if you want to take the low-hanging fruit, he's a crow and his name is Jon Snow. Or referencing white, he's going to come back.
Or winter. The coming of winter.
Or winter, yeah.
Or all three.
Or his Patchface. He juggles all three. Right?
Yeah.
Or he did juggle. He doesn't need it more. That was part of the half of the wits that went away.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be a fourth of his? Like, he lost 3/4, right? Because he used to have 4 languages. Now he just has 1. Like,
to be fair, that's probably just, turn phrase.
What? Oh, half wits? Yeah, I know.
I know, but I gotta be pedantic.
I know. I was just trying to make a joke. I was making a math joke, a fractions joke.
And I was not about to entertain that. So
and I was shooting you down, yo. Get your fraction jokes out of here. All right.
Yeah, nerd.
Nerd. Michael, you watch any of Quarterback season 2? I'm only got one joke and I'm moving on.
No.
Anytime Kirk Cousins talks, I know that Kirk Cousins is bigger than me. I know he's a professional athlete. I know that he's buff, and I know that he's been an athlete and or a jock his entire life. But every time he talks, I literally just want to scream nerd and knock his milk out of his hand. Like, I want to steal that nerd's milk money because he's constantly like, I love Great Clips. I go to Great Clips all the time. Hey, you guys want to go to Great Clips? It's like, dude, shut it. God, like, I just want to like knock his milk. You fucking nerd, dude.
Yeah, but then he puts the chains on and jumps Kirko chains.
Yeah, not anymore. Like, it wasn't Kirko chains in Atlanta.
I remember at one point, like midway, like at the height of his career, right? Like middle of his career, he would be like, yeah, every time someone asked me, like, you're an NFL quarterback? He's like, well, I'm trying to be. Like, nerd. Yeah, he's just like the most like humble, like, and not in like the Russell Wilson way where it's like robotic, more in the what you're saying, where it's just like, oh, this guy is a nerd who became an NFL QB.
Yeah. Russell Wilson's not a robot. He's an alien life form that got into a meat suit. So it is a human body. It's just not one he grew organically.
Makes sense.
I just have a
Broncos having to deal with that alien.
I don't know if it was.
I said Broncos.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it was actually a Pete Carroll quote or if I'm misremembering this, but I think someone said, or Pete Carroll might have even said, like, he's just like, he's trying to run for president. Like, someone had to sit Russ down and be like, hey, bro, you're not running for president like all the time. You don't need to be in this weird, like, most presentable mode, like politician mode all the time.
You imagine a conversation between somebody who effortlessly, I can't talk. I'm not even going to try. So naturally charismatic and funny as Marshawn Lynch, who just doesn't try, and just everything he says and the way he words it is so insanely funny and charismatic. Like, what did he watch the one where he's with Bear Grylls and he has like a knife duct taped to a stick? He's like, I made this spear right quick. Gonna go get this animal. It's just and then just him talking to somebody who's so socially inept as a Russell Wilson. Like those conversations must have just been like so painful.
Oh, yeah. I imagine there were like not many. Like, you talk to Russ, like Marshawn talks to Russ like 5 times. He's like, I've had enough.
Yeah, dude. Just going right through
plays, bro.
Empty head.
Call the plays. I'll say break and do what you tell me. Let's go.
All right. Should we get back to it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's here. Try to read the cards.
You read the cards. You're going to be wonderful. Really.
All right. I got it. Okay. I did have nerd stuff, but let's move past Kirkhill chains. No, I stopped watching Quarterback when Falcons were still doing good. So you can see how early in the season when they're like, wow, he's actually got it down there. It's like, oh yeah, they're still early in the season. So yeah, it's weird that these later ones I feel like we're getting less for. But yeah, then still on John 1, away, come with me beneath the sea, away. So this is when Selyse sends in this chapter, but John comes up to talk to them, and then she tells Patchface to take what's her name? Shireen away. But they come with me beneath the sea. This is definitely you're gonna like come die with me. Like
that's what I read into that.
A zombie. Like if we're gonna go with being under the sea as code for death or
that's
resurrection.
How I take that.
Yeah.
It's just more foreshadowing of Shireen dying, possibly like at Selyse's command, somewhat, and Stannis's. But
I got a clip for this.
We finally got there.
We all knew this was coming. Boo.
I waited 3 hours.
Honestly, remarkable restraint for Taco to make it 2 hours and 50 some minutes before we got that. Like,
Yeah. I'm an
Gotta
impressive
get
person.
credit where it's due.
Well, I mean, if anyone's made it this far in, then they deserve a little punishment. like fucking losers. No, kidding.
Alright.
You're all great. It was
the other thing that I think this Patchface line is saying is that everyone should like the stream as well. That is,
oh yeah,
I think
absolutely.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell.
Yeah,
ring the
I can't
bell.
believe-
I know.
Ring the bell. I know.
This is the subliminal message that Patchface is trying to say here.
I stumbled on. I was watching some YouTube. I can't even remember what it was, but it was somebody unironically said, "Smash that like button," and I was like, "Ugh." Like, dude, we only say that to make fun of the people who say that. Like, I never can. Every time I've ever tried to say, click that like button, I stumble on my words, like, because I just can't, like, smash that smashy smash smash. Like, I can't just say that like button. Like, it just comes out like, I'm stupid. I don't know, man. But yeah. I mean, no, we're doing pretty good. There's like 20 people watching and there's 16 likes. I feel like most of you guys have. You got 4 people out there. Get on it. Get on it. I'm just slowly turning into Bill Burr. Get on it. Smash that like button. All right. What Chables just showed up? Hey, Chables, what's up, yo? What are the purple crown thingies? What purple crown thing? There's purple crown
in YouTube chat. I think it's something to do with how often you like comment in your chat.
This is most active user currently online during the stream, I think.
Oh.
So, yeah, something like that.
Makes sense.
They added like a bunch of like little things to YouTube chat recently.
I'm not seeing any purple crowns. Is it maybe
you have to look at it on the YouTube page?
I just opened up mine. Oh yeah, Christy, Michael, that makes sense. And I know it's not Christy. Is it Kirsty? I always say Christy, but the I is before the R. I'm sorry. Cindy's my number 1 right now.
Oh, there you go.
Not Cindy. Sorry, Cindy. I don't know if I pronounce that the right way.
I think that one's more about spelling than pronunciation.
I know. Yeah, Wolf, you were up your game. Gotta step those numbers up. Chables is the Elgromancer, which is my 3rd favorite type of magic. Yeah. Because he always say Elgromancy to push your algorithm. He doesn't do that as much anymore, but he used to. Or maybe he still does it. I don't know. Chables is right there. Chables, what do you think? Yeah, more spelling than pronunciation. Should I change my name to Mark, even though my name's Mark, but Mark with a Q, like Mark Piper? No? All right. I thought
you should do with QU.
QU Makwa. Yeah. I don't know.
I always sound like an NFL player. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah,
that name looks like an NFL player.
I do think if I ever changed, like if I ever became an NFL player, I would have to change it to not only Mark from Mark to Marcus, but I would have to put a random syllable in front. Demarcus. You know, that's an NFL. Marquisius. I do have a lot of people who call me Marcus Aurelius at work. Which does that mean they're gonna stab me?
Run.
Does that mean that my empire is going to crumble after I die?
Run.
Okay, so it's Kirsty. Is that?
Oh, it is Kirsty? Sorry.
Just because I say it funny. I've been going with Kirsty, like Christy, but with the I in front. But Kirsty, that I've just looked up how to pronounce Kirstie Alley and watched a 6-second video. So hopefully I got that right.
I'm sorry.
Kirsty.
I've called you Christy for like a year and a half or 2 years, whenever.
I thought I was doing it right, and apparently I was wrong too. So.
Kirstie Alley. Well, our safety lady at work, we don't know, so we just say different. Like people either go with Kirsty or Kirsty, never Christy. But I don't know if it's Kirsty or Kirsty. Like I just pick one. Yeah. Yeah, you haven't been around in a minute. Les been doing stuff lately. Yeah, no, I feel you, buddy. Mostly good stuff. That's good. But yeah, your habits and rhymes are changing. That's cool. Turns out instead of just normally commenting like you are now, literally does the same as when you comment Elgarmancy. I don't know if he ever did that to you back in the day, Michael, but that's like yeah. And I didn't know what it meant because I'm stupid. And I literally ended up asking somebody.
I think we chatted about it on.
Yeah, I think we chatted about it. But I asked Mira Reeds. I was like, "What's this Elgarmancy? Does it like mean like?" Because we're on the internet. Is somebody saying like some crazy weird coded dog whistle thing that's actually super far whatever politically? Yeah. And then Mira Reeds is like, "No, like algorithm, you idiot." I'm like, "Oh yeah." I'm dumb.
Like, wait, is this guy just saying like a racist dog whistle and I don't understand it?
It's just like, hey man, it's just like it's some horrible denial of some sort that I just like. Oh my god. All right, moving on. Patchface.
A couple more.
Away with Come With Me Away. Yeah, that one's definitely like, hey, you're gonna die soon, Shireen. All right, now this is the big one. Because this is less of a song in like the first time he says something, right? Like he ends it with I know or oh, but this is like a sentence. So yeah, so this is when John asks what did I call him? Malagorn or whatever the heck his name. Yeah, so Sir Malagorn of Redpool asks John who will lead this exposition, and then John asks him if he's volunteering, and then Malagorn goes, "Oh, do I look foolish?" And then Patchface, the fool, goes, "I will lead it. I will march into the sea and out again. Under the waves we will ride seahorses, and mermaids will blow seashells to announce our coming. Oh, oh, oh." Yeah, holy shit. What?
So that one definitely, I think, means the people going to Hardhome are going to die and come back as whites on dead horses, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
and he wants to, or he's going to cause, so if we go back to this, the Melisandre tells John that creature is dangerous. Many times I've glimpsed him in my flames. Sometimes there are skulls about him and his lips are red with blood. So not only, I think this might be him causing the plague, somehow causing grayscale plague, killing people, and that's who he is raising. That's his army. He's going to lead gray whites.
Or something. Lead some destructive event. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's absolutely terrifying, but I think that might be what it's leading towards. Ugh. That's what it's leading towards.
Like a lot of these late ones, I think it'll be clear after the next book, right? It's a lot of these fall into that category.
And that's what makes these fun, is the other ones are pointing at shit we could figure out. And these ones are like, what are they? What's he doing?
Yeah.
That's what makes them good.
The other thing I could see that's coming is, the whole whites don't swim. They're just going to go through the water.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. They're walking like Jack Sparrow on the bottom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a horror movie? Just in a violent nature, the Jason Voorhees-esque character, I think his name's Jimmy, but he goes and kills this chick at the other side of the lake, but he doesn't swim; he just walks. And but also a zombie type character. But what you would think if the zombies are marching underneath the sea, like walking through the water, that also would make sense if they're stone men too, like if they're dense. But I don't know. Do zombies also not just bloat? Like I'm assuming zombies still go through decay, so they would float, right?
Yeah,
I think zombies
more skeleton.
They would be like beyond the bloat stage.
Beyond the bloat.
Yeah, post.
That's my next stand-up special. Beyond the bloat.
Passing gas.
That's awful. It's just stomach churning. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So yeah, I think this is the biggest one that like it could be him leading a like causing a grayskin plague. But like this definitely makes him seem like pairing this with what Melisandre said, it really does make him seem like a player, like a very like more than creepy, but like, oh, is he like gonna actually be a monster, like cause real amount of death and pain?
That does line up with what Mel thinks. Like that would track if he does.
Why doesn't she just
like that?
Stab him or something? Like if I looked at somebody and it just like every time I see him, he's just surrounded by skulls and he's got blood dripping through his mouth. I'm like, I would shoot him in the head, man. Prevent that.
Yeah, it is awkward, or like it's a weird thing that Mel doesn't try to like just take out Patchface at some point.
Every time I see him, he's surrounded by death. So we let him watch the princess. What the fuck?
Maybe she's thought about it, and when she looked in her flame, she saw that would go badly for her. Like whatever powers Patchface is a servant of would like be a danger to her, you know?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But I looked in the flames and yeah, he's way too strong for me to mess with. So I just I leave it. I leave Patchface.
Like, look, every time I try to come up with a plan, I look at it and it goes badly for me.
Yeah. I glimpsed it in my flames and it just said, don't mess with them, bro. They ride at seahorses and seashells.
The seahorses has to be dead horses if under the sea is death, right? Like
you don't like the lighthouse?
Seems like whited dead horses.
I don't know. I just went right to drinking out of cups. Seahorses on them with seashells. No one's gonna get that. Okay. Yeah, so they will ride seahorses and mermaids will blow seashells to announce. You don't remember drinking out of cups? Liam Lynch? Early YouTube? All right. Well, I'll play it for you when we're done.
Yeah.
I'll play it. I'll play it when we're done. There's somebody, again, there's got to be somebody in the comments.
I remember the name. I remember hearing that reference. So with, you say that.
So with seashells and seahorses on them, like towels or little bags. All right. You know, seahorses forever. Okay. Well, we could probably talk about that one for a long time. So let's move on. John 13, we got Under the Sea, Men Marry Fishes. I mean, we're really ending with a not as fun one. They do.
Yeah.
That one's like, that's an early one. The zombies beyond the gloat. I was super confused. Oh my god, beyond the gloat is even funnier.
Maybe marrying fishes means Lady Stoneheart's gonna have a wedding to an undead. Some undead man's gonna marry Lady Stoneheart.
Well, she is an undead fish already.
Right, so other Tully.
Yeah,
under the sea they marry fishes.
Under the sea they marry men marry fishes.
Men marry fishes.
So somebody's gonna marry Stoneheart.
I don't think that's what it means, but
no.
Maybe an undead John could
maybe this is proof that Blackfish is gay. Men marry fishes.
Yeah, there you go. He's talking about Blackfish's sexuality as his final prophetic line.
Oh, dude, there's gotta be an idiot on Reddit who's done that one. People are obsessed with just sexuality in general. But Blackfish's sexuality,
Blackfish
like it's weird
gay,
how much you run into Blackfish is gay. It's like, who cares? So what? It doesn't matter. But anyways, yeah. That definitely is like ending with a really lame one. Because the one right before it and the one even before that, like this whole slide is great. And then just men marry fishes. They do. There's 3.
Yeah.
Boo. Boo. You did an encore and you played a lame song. Boo.
I'm just trying to think of like how could it apply to undead Jon Snow if like he is dead and then gets married at some point. Like, well, wait a minute now. The fish have scales for feathers. Dany is a dragon. if Jon and Dany ever get married, under the sea, Jon will marry a fish who is a dragon. Boom, we did it.
I'm fucking leaving, man. No,
Yeah.
that's under the sea. After he's dead, he's gonna marry Dany. God damn it! That almost worked.
It almost works. I don't think it quite does, but it almost works.
Fucking hate you, Michael. It almost works. All right, wait. So Nettles is Leaf, right? Who is the other one that has a name that would fit the lives? But that I was thinking the other day, there was somebody else who fit the Children of the Forest naming scheme.
Oh, Weasel being
not Weasel
who eats.
Maybe Weasel. Weasel might be one, but no, there was another one. Wasn't Nettles? Oh, damn it! Now it's gonna kill me.
And it's not Nan.
It's not Nan. No, it was a different, like
a random name.
thing from nature that was somebody's name.
Thistle.
Yeah, Thistle.
Yeah.
Who is Thistle? The wildling that Varamir. Yeah. Because I was like, Thistle.
Him stealing the body, so
yeah. According to Varamir, Thistle is an ugly face with a pointed chin, a flat nose, and a mole on her cheek. She does not sound like a child of the forest.
Unless she's like really short, I don't think that unless she's like 3 feet tall, like Ghost of High Heart style.
Yeah, no, the Ghost of High Heart, like that's not even like. Is that even supposed to be hidden?
Convinced.
That was one.
Like Bloodraven literally says, children of the forest who have some future sight are sometimes born with red eyes to mark their gift, and she's 3 feet tall and has red eyes.
Lives forever, 3 feet tall, lives forever, and does nothing but do prophetic stuff, and then talks about how her kind are gone.
Yep.
Yeah, no, she is a child of the forest. That's not even close. Yeah, Old Nan. I don't believe Old Nan, but that's definitely a Michael. Michael, do you believe that one, or did you just like putting it
I
out?
said I'm like 50-50 on it. It was one that I had the idea, and I went into it being like, okay, I'm going to debunk this, but I kept finding evidence to the point where I'm like, okay, actually, if this happened, all the setup would be there. I don't know that like it's going to be the case.
That's Michael.
That's one of mine. That's the one I'm talking about right now, where I'm like, I had the idea. I'm like, is this the case? Let me look at all the evidence. I think I will debunk this and not have to make a video about it. But I ended up coming away being like, honestly, if he reveals this to be the case, all the setup is right there.
Yeah.
And that's pretty crazy. Like, I don't necessarily think it has to happen, but damn, like the amount of setup that would make sense if it did is just kind of crazy.
Old Nan, I will buy before I buy Nettles. Like, that's my. I will buy Old Nan.
It's like the proof that it happens. Old Nan is one where it would make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Nettles kind of does make some sense.
Absolutely on the naming scheme, 100%. But Nettles is not described even like little, like she's stick thin, like she's like a smaller like teenage girl, I think. But I don't know, like I think the idea of a child of the forest not only getting involved into a human war, but then becoming a death machine dragon rider, like that's got to be like, if you are a old hippie, that's literally somebody who's firing nukes. Like that's everything. Like I would think being a dragon rider is everything a child of the forest is against. Like that's
possibly, but also manipulating the timeline to do whatever they need done is what they might be all about. If the Weirwoods need someone to ride a dragon for their purposes, then it would, ends justifying the means, much like Bloodraven, who she shares a cave with. I could see it working, but like 50-50 on whether it would be true or not.
Yeah, but I do think that we had to have seen Nettles because she specifically said it was born during the time of the dragons, and I walked for 200 years. And then we got a freaking
Leaf
book
has to be somewhere. Leaf has to be somewhere.
Yeah. Sorry, not Nettles.
And I think,
Leaf. Like Leaf has to be somewhere.
It makes a ton of sense that Bloodraven learned glamour from the Children of the Forest. Because
who did?
Bloodraven knows how to glamour. He learned that from somewhere. I think he learned it from the Children of the Forest, who use it to appear as a human. like when they need to.
So
Because Leaf also says when they ask if she has a name, she says when I am needing one, which fully implies she has
changes
taken
it up.
secret identities. Like
Well,
it's not like she was just eavesdropping from the woods. She has taken
her name's
before.
not Leaf.
Right.
Like,
that's what they name
it
her.
isn't. Yeah, that's what Bran calls her.
Right.
They name all of them down there.
Right.
They do. Yeah, Mira and Jojen and Bran. They never walk up like, I'm Leaves, this is blah blah, and this is da da da.
Right.
No,
right,
it's they go, well, she's wearing leaves, this one's covered in ash. You know, ash and leaves. Yeah.
No, I like the theory that old Nan is one of them a lot.
Yeah,
and like there would be other identities if it was Leaf. She's had other identities over the 200
Yeah,
years.
if old
So,
Nan's not Leaf, I do think old Nan. I'm not 100, but I would lean maybe old Nan is a child of the forest.
And also, she could have been a normal person for a long time, who then, in her old age, when she died, like a child, slipped into a glamour and got rid of the body, and was only like there the last 20 years or whatever.
She was there to take care of a Brandon, which is nuts to me. When you first said that's probably one of the things that is most. It's like no, because we know that there's gonna be a Brandon who is important. So she just like this Brandon.
Yep.
Nope, not that one.
Nope,
this
not
Brandon.
that one.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, not the young wolf, like not the hungry wolf or whatever his name is. He's crazy.
Right,
Wild Wolf. What's Brandon's wolf name? Something like that. But we can end it now whenever you guys want. We are done.
I do got to get going here. Quick, so,
but I mean, chat's still cooking, stream's still cooking, so it's like I don't know if I want to end it when we're still cooking. But yeah, that's like 5 Brandons. Yeah, it's Wild Wolf.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
you can't even remember which Brandon she first came to raise. So
yeah, she has no clue. It definitely wasn't Ned's brother. It was way before that.
Yep.
Okay, never mind. I just yawned. Maybe
I do have to get up sort of early in the morning. So,
Tormund already got up early.
Right. Yeah. So he's fine. It's already he's already dealt with that. But
yeah, Cindy. Sometimes when you get into the chatting and then all of a sudden you look up and you see it's only your face, you're like, oh. I've done that when I'm like, yeah, in this, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm the only one talking.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's call it then. You just had a video on Saturday or Sunday, right?
Yeah, and I got another one that I think is coming out tomorrow morning. So.
Cool. What is it? Or if you want to say it, not to put you on.
It's about magical weapons of ice and fire, right? So, quick spoilers, but watch the video anyway if you're watching this. But so you know how you can kill the others with obsidian and probably Valyrian steel, like in the television show. And you know how Brandon Snow, when Aegon the Conqueror showed up, he just offered casually to just be like, hey, I could go kill all 3 dragons in one night. Why don't you let me do that? And then Bran sees a vision of
Brandon Snow is a badass.
Bran sees a vision of him breaking off 3 branches and making each into an arrow. So he thinks that 3 weirwood arrows are going to take out the 3 dragons. And like, that might actually work if ice magic weapon kills fire magic thing. Fire magic weapon kills ice magic thing. Like, it's on contact with the obsidian, right? So like their dragons die pretty much on contact.
Branches.
Yeah.
Bran.
Oh, thank you, Russ.
But like,
no, you're the knife in the dark. You're just waiting, and then you should.
Main thrust of the video is like, do dragons have this weakness to ice magic based weapons? Because that's the only time we hear weirwood arrows brought up. So it's not like the Northmen have. It's not like we've ever seen a dragon hit with a weirwood arrow. So what if we do see that? Like, what if that's the way Dany loses a dragon? And also like, we did see in the television show one of them get one shot by an ice magic spear. That might be more.
Thank you for showing up, AJ. Yeah.
Then
do the dragons in A Song of Ice and Fire have scales like they do in Lord of the Rings?
Do.
Okay.
Yep. Like Meraxi's got hit in the eye in order to die. Which is a reference to the video I put out today. Go watch if you haven't yet, which I just did my 4th location video for the Hellholt, which
Nice.
fucking freaking good one, man. Have a lot of verbal typos like I normally do, but I had more this time. I was talking about guest right because the Hellhole invited a bunch of people over for dinner and then just locked them in and burned them. But I called it but do they have the right of the first night? And it's like, and I'm listening, I'm like, past Mark, that's like not applicable right now. You're thinking of guest right. No. But yeah. Anyways, I got Hellholt just came out, and what's my Saturday video? Fuck. I even announced it and I'm forgetting. Oh my god, what is it? Garth the Seventh Gardener. Garth the Golden Hand is what my video for this Saturday is. So I'm going back in the day during some old school Gardener Kings. So
Nice.
yeah. Very fun one. I like when all I have to do is take one paragraph from A World of Ice and Fire and then add enough to stretch your world. Like that's just a character just straight from the A World of Ice and Fire books. But yeah. Okay. Russ, you got anything going on?
Nope.
Okay. Tormund, you got anything going on? No? Still there?
Do we lose too much sangria? You fell back asleep?
Enjoy. Yeah, I guess. All right. I don't think Tormund has anything going on.
He's in Italy at the moment.
Or you're
I hope
muted.
he didn't
If you're
eat
muted,
broccoli.
unmute. But
No, he's not muted.
no, like he can mute it himself and
Yeah.
notice, but we can't hear you. So bye.
Yeah. All right. That's all we got. Every single person who showed up, thanks a lot. And Cyclops is better Wolverine. Thanks for the super chat earlier. And yeah, everybody, peace.